I just said no.
Oh my god, video games!
I
Hi!
hate you.
Oh god.
I mean, that really depends on what you mean by ready.
Oh, that's right, Judge.
As far as they can go.
My bad. I forgot you were going to be
I
here.
think we're good.
The boys.
We're on the internet.
Boys are back in town.
What's the internet?
Boys are back in town.
Is that like a cup and a string? The internet?
I mean, you're not far off.
That's how my cell phone works. It's got an invisible string. That's what they tell me at the store.
You just let him keep telling you that.
The internet is...
Satan's work.
Yes.
For porn?
It is.
Internet is for porn.
It's on my tab, on my computer.
Did you know that if porn just dropped off the internet, like, it would more likely just cease to exist?
The internet?
Porn absolutely controls a lot of the dominant markets for a lot of things, especially with what type of quality that things are going to be shot on. That's why Laserdisc didn't do too well in VHS days.
Porn didn't do it.
The internet is for porn.
That's why Blu-ray started
If
winning.
there were no more porn on the internet, the gas station on the corner would
Yeah.
a lot more business. That magazine rack would stay empty.
What's a magazine?
Goes in the bottom of my gun.
I was reading a regular book the other day, and I actually tried to highlight a word that I didn't understand.
Oh, I know books are hard.
How do I take notes about all the characters in this thing, this archaic device?
What the fuck is this, paper?
How many squirrels died for this?
Oh god, yeah.
Shit,
No, welcome to Letter Jokers.
How many baby birds are homes?
Brought to you this week by Teriyaki Chicken. Let's see. When last we left our adventurers.
Nothing happened. We were fucked.
Dead.
It was actually a really bad dream, right? We all just had a really bad dream.
What started out as what could have been a peaceful day quickly turned nightmarish. A simple message to King Tanel behind castle walls. Where
Please tell me you're fucking with me.
to King Tanel.
Every week.
How did it go back up? I had it completely muted.
I guarantee you did not.
There's evidence to prove it.
Did somebody do that while I wasn't looking?
No.
You mean if you turn it, if you go out of it and come back in it, the volume goes back up?
We'll figure it out another day.
We'll fix it in post.
Fucking tablets, the modern day VCR. Why does it keep blinking 12?
Oh, make fun of the old guy.
I
I
fought with a VCR for a long time trying to get that fucking thing to go away.
I just straight up broke a VCR because it didn't work.
So, trying to get a simple message to King Tanel
Yeah.
Dumbass.
turned into quite a difficult task, as foreign dignitaries were at the castle, and he was in high-level talks, or said to be, to acquire new allies in what looks to be a war encroaching from the north, and to give aid to those suffering from the famine. Let's see, a quick message passed off to the new captain of the guard, Sills. This wasn't enough to satisfy the members of Hammer and Shield Inc. And they're feeling the urgency of their mission far too great to be left in the hands of a single person. You sent your very, very stealthy rogue in to perhaps see if he could get a message even closer to the king. As stealthy as he was, there was some on the grounds, found a very, very successful way into the castle. Coming back out, though, proved to be another matter, as he chose a different path, ran across someone who was not fooled by his sticking to the shadows. And he was taken.
How's it going?
This was seen by your wizard Vestamond. He was able to scry it up, and recognizing the shapes, the familiar visage of these people who were taking him captive as some people that you had perhaps dealt with before. You had witnessed firsthand how powerful they could be. Went to see if you could perhaps rescue your friend, where you were taken into custody by Sills and the guard. They said they would treat you well, but they just wanted to make sure that you did not cause any more problems with these talks that were going on in the Great Hall. There we go. Sorry, I'm having some problems with my computer. Thank you. There we go. So, you said you were told that you would spend no more than a night or two, not as true prisoners, but as guests, but guests under lock and key. You would be well fed, drink would be provided, and you were left to your own devices. As it happens, King Tenel did receive your message, and he came to visit you the early hours of the morning, after you were able to finally lay down and get some rest. He expressed his urgency, or he expressed how important these talks were, and things had been going well, but as you told him of things that you had learned recently, and perhaps news that he didn't know of his foreign visitors, your story became more and more persuasive. And as soon as he agreed, seems like only moments after he agreed to go wake Sir Pip, to verify the veracity of your claims, an assassin came from seemingly nowhere and slit his throat from ear to ear, and then disappeared back down the dark corridor. Now, some spells cast, the king's life saved. We went to leave post-haste as something else appeared behind you that appeared large, made of metal, and deadly. Made it out to the forecourt in front of the castle to try to go find Sills. Found Sills, the captain of the guard, murdered in his guard house. A short battle ensued where it became very apparent that you were hopelessly outgunned, as it were, against this metal creature. A few quick licks gotten in, but it appeared that as hammer and shield began dropping one by one, that this was a fight that you probably could not win, and members of the party began polymorphing into
Wormlings.
a group, a very unusually large group of red dragon wormlings, and escorting your partners, probably the best you've worked as a team in the time you've been together, to save each other's lives.
That's sad.
We need more team building missions.
Team bonding.
Trust falls.
We have some members of the party made it outside the front of the castle where they saw a black carriage leaving. And we have others that moved around behind the castle on a footpath to what they thought would possibly be the northeast exit of the castle walls and possibly the princess's private waterfall haven. So, again, we are still in the early hours of the morning. It is probably around 4 a.m. Everyone is pretty battered, beaten, several members still unconscious. How would you like to proceed?
Well, since we're out the backside of the castle, do you want to rest up or do you want to head out and so we can find the princess and the queen? Or do you? I mean, we gotta get. Armaeus has to regain his strength.
From everything the boy.
For the record, we're not all together.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the three of us are.
Okay. Three of us. You unconscious bastard.
He's no.
I'm okay now.
I've shoved the potion down his throat. He's conscious.
Yeah,
he can hear.
He's still a little hinky though.
We all are, but. From everything the boy told us about the waterfall, it seems that would be the safest place to rest. From what Pip said, nature seemed to gather around the princess. Animals, birds would come listen to her sing. So either she herself is magical or perhaps that place is special. I propose that we make it can't be very far, that we just hike our way up there and set up camp there and sleep.
Okay.
And then when we're able, we will let our comrades know where we are. Does that sound like an idea?
Yeah.
It's definitely an idea.
Okay,
I know.
Armaeus, I need to ask you a favor.
Yes.
As we move through this this path, it seems to be well fit. It's getting dark, I can't see shit. If you see something move and you don't know it, use that thunder thing in your hands, the thing that almost killed me.
The thunder thing?
Your gun. It sounds like thunder. It's like, oh, you know. I don't understand how it works, but it fucking scares me.
Vestamon has light?
You misunderstand, but that's okay. Armaeus, will you take the lead? I'll be right behind.
Okay.
Pussy! I need a nightlight.
Did Armaeus just think that he was asking you to light up the path with your gun?
That's a whole lot of muzzle fire, buddy.
Oh. We're gonna be here all night.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and take one off of your intelligence permanently.
I wasn't paying attention, that's what happened, okay?
Brilliant. Brilliant, I tell you.
What do you want me to do now that I'm focusing?
If you see something come out of this path and you don't recognize it and it poses a threat,
Oh, shoot it.
I want you to shoot it, yes.
Oh!
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man,
We-
gladly. I got you covered.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. We need more team-building exercises to know what each other does.
Since you're not paying too much attention, please, if the princess had to jump out, please don't shoot her.
Destamon, do you have a way to let the rest of them know where we are going?
In a few minutes, I have to regain my strength first.
Okay.
You know, I was injured pretty badly, and I need to regain. After a short rest, I'll be able to let them know.
All right. Well then, let's go ahead and move. The sooner we get there, the sooner we can rest.
If someone is unconscious but alive, if they rest, do they regain health or do
Yes.
they? Okay.
All right, so we're on the other side of the castle at this point. Yeah, are you still conscious?
No, she's been the one that unconscious. I didn't take a lot of damage during that fight.
Okay,
'cause I
cool.
was like,
Cool.
fuck this, I'm out.
All right. I don't have any potions or anything, and she's still unconscious.
It's probably best if we went back into town.
Where's the rest of the party?
They got a magic user. They could find us later.
They have a magic user. They'll find us later. Before we leave, let me just. Why am I talking? I'm still in dragon form. Am I not?
That's up to you. I mean, if you want.
I think I was. I think we had
that.
that discussion last time. Like I was just gesturing over.
Oh yeah,
And I didn't. Okay.
yeah,
I'm
because
an
like
idiot.
you
I'm an
landed
idiot.
right in front of her, and I was like,
stamping your feet and doing hand scissors.
Maybe. Okay. Gonna pretend that none of that just happened, and I'm just gonna fly up in the air and make a quick circle to see if I see any of our party members in the distance traveling.
Do I see it?
Do you shoot it?
I'm gonna shoot it.
You're not that dumb.
I'm just lighting the way.
It's a stray bullet.
I can see it.
What would you like me to roll?
We got smart party.
Make a perception check, please.
That would be a 3 plus my perception. That's gonna be it. Got any glasses? That's a 10.
10.
Yeah.
So, again, you take to the air and make a pass around the castle, and then further out over the city, and there's no sign of them as yet.
All right. I would like to land next to Missios and then transform back into my human form.
Okay.
God, what the fuck?
I haven't found any of our party members.
That's not good. We got downed dwarf.
You haven't tried mouth to mouth yet?
That's how I got her.
That's your girlfriend, right? Oh my god. I'm just saying, if I had a girlfriend.
I did, hold on. I'm going to, while she's unconscious. Sounds really bad.
Mouth to mouth.
I'm gonna start searching her body
Ooh,
for
kinky.
any sort of possible healings. Healing potions.
Okay.
Because when we were up with the
Yeah. Do you have any healing potions? Okay. You know what they look like, so
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
it's not like you're gonna have to.
okay.
You know exactly what you're looking for. She has it on her, so.
Awesome. So I'm gonna grab one of her healing potions, pop out the cork, and just empty it into her mouth.
All right.
Drink.
Okay. 2d4 plus 4.
Me or him roll?
Doesn't matter. Either one of you. Doesn't matter.
I'll roll for you.
Because we know how well that usually goes.
I'm gonna get 2 health.
You got 4.
That's 4?
4 plus
8.
8
You get
back.
8 health.
So you're conscious, and you were.
Woo!
As the
I rolled
potion
one
begins to
of the
drip. It begins to like make its way, and it's like some of it goes up into your sinuses, and it's the. And some spills out the side of your mouth. As the rest of it, you're able to swallow the rest down.
Nice.
Where's the king's body? If we want to revive him, we gotta get him and get him to a temple.
It's right. It should be right here by us.
Just is that way?
Wait, did I? No.
No, because Ember put down the body, and we don't know where she's doing her thing.
She was supposed to be right next to us.
She's right now. Yeah.
She is. Yeah.
She's with you.
Okay, so we ask Ember.
Ember, where'd you put the body? Me and Lily.
It's like, would you move your foot?
I'm sorry.
He's right there.
Oh.
Ah!
Do you
Can't you do any of that little?
magic hocus pocus bullshit? No.
I used all my revivifies earlier.
Does anybody know?
You got a reserve revivify?
Revivify.
We gotta get him to a temple.
Is there a temple in town?
Temple of Saloon. I
Hold-
believe that was outside of town.
And the saloon will be able to.
A temple should be able to help.
But if he decays too much by then.
Well, then we gotta hurry.
Okay. Sorry.
Alright.
This is just a stroke of just. Why not? Do you mind if I see your black diamond real quick?
Why?
If it kept Homeboy alive that we killed earlier, do you think maybe we could bring back the king?
Well, then whoever was controlling the other guy might be able to control the king now.
She's got a point.
She's got
Black
a
diamonds are pretty bad in business, dude.
I understand.
I've never seen one of you.
I think we should.
Yes.
Oh, there's one right there.
Oh, she
We should
hasn't.
try to get him to the temple to see if they can help. If not, then we can try to use
Golem the motherfucker.
black.
Call him the motherfucker.
Tony Stark this bitch.
Yes, that's fine. I'll go try to find some horses and try to get everybody out of here.
Can you polymorph to something that can fly? Do you have that ability?
Totally.
Since I was unconscious at
I
that
can do
point?
that again, yes.
But he can only pick
I
up-
can do that one more time today.
Then he can take the king, and then you and I can ride a horse.
Okay.
Alright. I would like
maybe
to
Ember could
polymorph
take us.
into a red dragon wormling again.
Okay.
And that will do it on my my 4th level spells for the day. Go ahead and cast that bitch and pick up the king with my claws. And then I would
back into your red dragon wormling.
Gosh, do I know the direction of Temple
You
of Salute?
don't.
He does not. It should be. Can I make? Can I roll to see where I would know where it would be, like in our just rough proximity of where we are?
Yeah, make a survival check. So you can tell which direction it is.
I kind of do this with my wings.
Well, that is a good roll. 19.
19?
Yeah.
Right, taking a second to get your bearings, looking up at the stars in the sky. You tell him. You see the line of the loom? Right here. If you follow those stars straight and right along the edge of the tree line.
What he said.
Okay, so I take off in that direction, keeping a watchful as motherfucker eye for this thing, because I'm just going in the direction.
Okay.
Cool.
Be careful of griffins. As I say, shouting.
You mean manticores?
Manticores. Be careful of manticores.
Actually, I can carry.
I was playing Witcher earlier.
I don't know how heavy the king is. I can carry 2 light people, I think. But I'm already
The
off.
king
in the
is
sky.
very hardy.
Oh, he's hardy? Okay.
Yeah, he's.
I'm just saying, I think I've heard of the story called A Weekend at Bernie's. If we can attempt this.
You listen very carefully. My father told me a story.
Shoot him, Ivan!
Ember, would you be able to carry me and Mystios to the temple behind?
She also has to pick up a lily.
She can sit on the roof.
On the roof? On the roof of what?
That's a good point.
Says, I can carry one of you.
Take her.
Tell the bitch to polymorph into a cart.
No, take Xenophon and can you pick up Lily at the same time?
Kind of hefty.
But Lily's kind of small.
How much do you weigh as a dwarf?
Oh, she big.
300 pounds?
Something like that.
Damn. Plus armor? God damn. You're a hefty bitch.
240
240 without armor?
with.
I will.
I don't know.
If I take you to the temple, I'll have to leave Lily in your care.
That is up to you. I can try to help her as much as you would like.
If you're not comfortable,
If anything happens to her, you die.
I understand. Take Lily.
Let's search for horses. We can ride separately.
Take Lily up there. We will. I don't want to die by fire.
Wise.
All right.
Oh, we could just left Lily. All right. So let's go. Let us go find horses. And a carriage.
You have all of that back at the stables behind the nest. You still have your horses and a cart.
Oh, thank God.
So you have your all of your horses and 2 carts still at the stables
Awesome.
behind the nest, the tavern that you had stayed in previously.
So do we want to take all 4 horses and both of the carts? Like you on one cart and me on the other, and then both of us 2 horses pulling the one cart? So we have all of our stuff together?
We can.
Or should we leave one for the other half of the party?
Well, I think we should find the other half of the party.
We should probably go to the temple with the king, though.
I feel like as soon as he gets there to the temple, he will be more than safe. I think what we need to do is we need to make a signal for the group.
Okay.
Okay.
Glad you agree.
Who's in charge here?
Did everybody have that gunpowder mixture, or was it just you?
I don't know. We're not with you.
Just me and him.
No, I'm just asking based off of.
That was me and him. We were working together trying to make it.
Was it on the company bag?
That's a good question.
I think it was.
I don't think it was, but it.
Yeah, we don't have the bag anymore, do we?
Wait, the gunpowder mixture that you had made before?
Yeah, or that we had begun mixing.
All of the components are still on the cart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for posterity,
Are
we
you
don't have the
trying to
bag
make
anymore,
like
do
a
we?
legit
Company bag
signal
is
fire?
gone?
We haven't. We've only searched briefly, but it's not on us. That's all we know. And it wasn't in Captain. What's his face?
Sills.
Captain Sill's place,
Okay.
where where his body was gently scattered.
Okay.
Well, let's search our carts and see what we can gather.
Or if you want to go get the carts, I can go look for the rest of them. They could possibly be behind the castle.
The pirate's still unconscious.
Is if I look around near the ground, is Salty Eye near me?
Yeah, she's there in the same alleyway.
She's unconscious, yeah.
She's still unconscious as well.
I'm gonna.
As you're making your way towards the, following the stars, that just real quickly, just give me a quick strength check. Just roll. Just give me your straight 20 roll.
I'm stable.
Oh,
My strength's 20.
Your straight
I'm
20
still
roll.
unconscious.
Oh,
I've
my
got your
strength 20
modifier.
roll is a
Laying on
7.
the ground.
7.
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell me.
This gets better and better.
Oh no!
My strength was shit anyway.
He rolled a straight 7 on his strength roll.
Yeah.
well, King's definitely dead now. We should
Okay.
Motherfucker's gone.
Yeah, you dropped him from about 40 feet in the air.
Oh! Did any parts of him?
I look
fall
down
off?
and what goes through my mind is like, we're going to a healer? That might be heal up. That might work. Can I swoop down and pick it up again?
I'm going to say his legs and arms are now hanging at very, very awkward angles. There's
But they're still attached, right?
He has considerably more elbows and knees now, and a large hole in the back of his head.
Did I hear that? Did we hear that?
No, he's got to be at least a quarter mile away by
Oh,
now.
never mind.
All right, I swoop
With
back
his fly speed and all the talking that you've been doing. So I mean, you're still well inside. You're right outside. You're right outside the castle. He's already outside the.
Oh.
This is the fields in between here and the temple.
Man, I hope we get the king back.
I swoop down and pick him up again. Really? I make sure to pick up all the parts.
Just imagine it like that. Oh no! Oh no!
Yes! And I would like to clutch him a little tighter.
Okay.
He has a lifeless body. The more you
Wait.
watch the more you
In about 5 more minutes, you can be like, roll another strength check. There's a twister headed your way.
At this point, you're just squeezing him like a pack of fucking Del fire sauce. So.
Nice. All right, I got him. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
By the time you get
We'll
there,
get you
he's
there,
just
buddy. I know you hate me, but you're gonna love me after this, right?
I think what we should do, let's go towards the carts.
Let me heal Salty Eye first, and
Yep.
we can do that.
I'll meet you at the carts.
No, don't leave me.
You'll be fine. And I start making a head
This
towards the
comedian
carts.
group over here.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Salty Eye.
Okay. Roll the D's.
This is my D8.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we get rid of this 0?
It's the double pyramid.
Hi.
9.
Good to see
So
you.
9.
Zach said hi.
Oh, hi.
Don't worry, I got you.
Okay, you can't see it. Nice. Okay. Okay. So, Salty Eye comes to consciousness. You're making your way to the back to the stables.
Sneakily.
Okay.
Just imagine when I'm not in sneak when I'm running. I'm like,
And what are the other two of you doing?
quickly to the stables. Okay, I don't know what's going on. You're alive, but quickly. Okay.
Okay.
Why am I with you guys anyways?
For fun.
All right. So
That'd be because, sorry, meta, because I know we're not together, but that's because Ivan said that he was going to give you rum. Just want you to remember that.
As she's running, rum.
I'm doing it all for rum. Ivan promised me rum.
I don't say run, I say rum.
Rum.
When you guys say run away, you say rum away.
okay. So back to behind the castle. What are you guys up to? What is the rest of this group doing?
We were following the path to the supposed waterfall, I suppose. Armea's keeping an eye. I'm doing the best I can, but it's dark as fuck.
Shoot the way.
There's a little bit of light. There's a little bit of light here. There's some moonlight out. I mean, it's not total darkness. It's nighttime, and there is a bit of canopy around. There's some trees here and there, but there's still enough light that you can make your way along the path. Because there is a very obvious path that leads around to the back castle gate. You do eventually run into a door very similar to the one that was the side door that led the other way to the herbarium.
Well, with all those bullet holes in it, it should be pretty easy to open up.
I open it.
Is it locked?
You go to hold it. It is locked.
How sturdy does the door or the hinges appear to be?
It's heavy hardwood. With iron banding on it, and the hinges appear to be substantial iron.
Check for traps. This is a sanctuary.
Time to use my rogue skills. I get on my hands and knees and I start looking for traps.
You have rogue skills?
No.
I was impressed too.
What are you?
Well, multi-class and didn't even tell anybody.
I'm Armea, start shooting light.
See, Travis don't serve a chance.
I would just imagine just like halfway through the walk, he's like, run out of ammo! This is my leak.
But thank God we know where we're going.
Reload time's a bitch.
I don't have much in the way of
Intelligence?
doing this the way Mystios would, but I have an idea. Armeas, I might need your help. And I'm gonna take the chain whip and pass the bronze spearhead under the door if I can, to make like a wedge.
You can. There's room for that.
And then I would like to use the full length of the chain if I can, so I'm standing 10 feet back, and get our hands on it and just try to pry it open from the bottom. See if I can at least
Try to pry it open?
I mean, just see if like I can use the chain for leverage and try to just break the door open.
Okay, make a strength check.
D&D, where nobody ever just opens the door.
It's locked.
That's a 22, Bob.
22? Oh no, when the hinge pops loose on one side. The bolts that are set into the wood, the wood seems to be slightly decayed on that side, and you're able to, and it does pop out about that far.
Hey,
on one side.
is this door just in a wall in a building? Is there
you have the castle that's made of stone, and then there's a wall that goes all the way around the
stone
castle.
wall.
It's not a stone wall. There's a wall that goes all the way around the castle, except where it butts up to a mountain. That's made of like logs that are they're logs that are standing straight up and down. They're timbers that are standing straight up and down.
Okay.
So
there's a
door, and there's a place where there's a door frame and a door.
Well, okay.
On the other side, you would pass through. There's a series of doors to get through the outside the castle wall.
Okay, so it says it's a wall. Can I use my mage hand to go send it to the other side and unlock the door from the other side?
You could try.
I think you need to see it to try to do it.
You can try.
I mean, please, if you think you can help.
I mean, you know, it's
That was
like,
fucking hard.
so we're trying to break the freaking door down while we just, you know, everybody does.
Still picturing our man.
What I do? What I roll an initiative or something?
No.
Yes, you versus the door.
You fight the door.
Oh, I'm sorry, the door got a higher initiative. It's got a better agility.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What do I do?
Man, it is a dexterous motherfucker.
Well, it could be a magic door. Who knows this shit around here?
It'd be a mimic door.
Ooh.
Could be.
Yeah. It
Just
might
like
start
Zemo.
talking. You
I,
put it.
I just did some damage to it,
It's-
so it was a minute, but no.
Vestamon, hold on a second, I have an idea. And he goes and kind of peers through the crack that you put in the side. And he's able to. The spectral hand appears in front of his and goes through the crack in the door. Goes up and he starts fumbling around. It takes about a minute and a half, and all of a sudden you hear this. The door swings forward.
Perfect.
Nice.
Before we step through, I'm looking through. What do we see on the other side of the door?
It's there's no sun. It's a room very similar to the room where you pass through the castle walls on the other side of the herbarium. There's another door in front of you.
Vestamon, can you actually? I would like to try something. I'm gonna activate my whip,
Okay.
which is now radiant.
Okay.
Does that give any light or anything?
Yeah. Yes. It does. It's now there's like dim light in front of you. You can see the door in front of you.
Really that scared of dark?
How tall is this wall?
The wall itself is 30 feet high. The pass through the door is 7.5, 8 feet tall, 8 feet high, and the room where you pass through is it's about 6-7 feet long.
Is this
From
an
one
outside
side,
room?
no, you're inside the wall. You're inside the wall as you pass from one door to the other.
Are there like flowers and herbs and plants?
Nope. It's straight.
How did we get inside this? I thought this was a
Like-
path.
No, like
It's a
so.
path that gets you to the wall, and there's a pair of doors that go through the wall to the outside.
So if we,
I'll draw you a picture later.
if we,
I promise you.
if we get through the second door, we will be outside.
I thought we were outside in the very beginning when we
Yes.
started this trek.
We were in the courtyard.
Okay, and I thought, you know, we was going down the path to where the princess went and hid out in her little secret garden.
Well, regardless, using whatever light this thing is giving me now,
Okay.
if I do I see any living beings inside this little holding room?
Make a perception check.
So math is hard.
17.
17.
Yeah.
You hear the squeaking of rats. Yeah, there's something kind of scurries under the wall. Well, other than that,
Vestamon, do you think you can try this door as well?
I'll try anything. I mean, you know.
All right. First, I suppose we should try to see if it is unlocked.
Yeah, first let's.
I'll try it. I'll walk up and try the door.
okay. There is a latch that is hooked to the key, the lock where it would lock from the other side. So
How tall are you? 7 feet tall?
No, I'm a little over 6 foot.
okay.
I'm 7 feet tall.
Here's the two guard towers.
huge bitch.
Right. This is the path that you guys were taking. This is where the portcullis fell. This is the castle itself. It's made of stone. This is made of timbers, of logs. There's a wall made of timbers that goes all the way around with guard towers every so often. Okay, and there's a door here where you were inside the wall right now. The door leads from one side to the other. There was also another door over here that led to the herbarium.
Okay. All right.
So when you're here or here, you're outside. If you're happen to just be inside the wall. That's all.
I dropped the king.
He's done for anyways.
We will come back to
No.
that.
They can super glue them back together.
So the latch, does it appear like this latch is what's holding it? Like I could just flip it and open the door?
Yes.
Or I'll try that then.
Okay, easily enough. The dim light that's in here now, a little bit of light that's spilling in from outside, and with your whip glowing in your hand as it's activated, you're very easily able to reach for it and give the door a push in. And there's a path that leads up into, you can see the mountains sloping off up to your right.
I'll lay the whip back on the belt, but I want to keep my hand on it.
Okay,
and
keep it activated.
And just cover it with my cloak.
Okay. And you finish passing through the wall, head up through here where the pines are very tall, the rocks spilling down the mountainside. A very neat path that leads through the woods with the moonlight streaming through the pines. It's actually very serene, very peaceful here, and probably just up over the next hill you hear something that sounds like water running.
Water?
I think we're getting close.
Alright.
Any need to wait, or do we want to go? Do we want to look for anything, or are we just going to go for the sound?
Just go for it.
Let's go.
I think we need to.
We're wasting enough time with these doors.
We
Let's
need
go.
to try and get back to everybody else as soon as possible.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
And we will continue to move.
Okay.
If it's worth mentioning, I would like to pay attention to the bushes. Anything nearby moving.
Okay. So
Same.
making your way again, picking your way through in between the trees, up over the hill, and looking down, you can see a small waterfall. It's just a series of where it spills over larger rocks and pools up, and the moonlight hitting it through this clearing, where the water's coming down out of the mountains.
Is there like a little cabana or like a little cabin or something that the princess would use when she was here?
Make a perception check.
Why not just be a yes or no?
You're trying to perceive something in the dark.
I got an 8, so I didn't see shit because I'm blind as a bat.
8 plus what?
He doesn't have a plus.
Okay.
Perception is a 0.
8. I got an 8.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, it does. It just looks like a clearing in the woods where you can see water.
Damn these waters.
This appears to be the place. Do I hear anything like what Pip said? The birds singing, anything like that?
It's dead silent,
Boy, this waterfall's very quiet.
except for the sound of falling water.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just being silly.
It's a stealthy waterfall.
This,
Can we make a perception to see if we sense anybody in the area? Is that legal?
Would you like to look for somebody in the area?
I mean, I want to
Absolutely,
see.
make a perception check.
Yeah, I want to see if, since we're just fucking around with our thumb up our ass, let's do something. I got a 13.
You spot behind one of the rocks. You spot looks to be a figure move for a second. One of the shadows, a movement in the shadows.
I will, with haste, move up to it.
Same.
He's gonna take off running for it.
I mean, he pointed in the direction, so
Are you still unconscious?
no.
No, I'm up. I'm hurt.
And
You take the lead.
as I'm moving, I want to shout out, like, stop! Can you help?
Two figures take off and begin moving up the hillside.
Oh shit!
Can I see what they are with my dark vision?
Make a perception check. With advantage,
Thank God.
Because of your dark vision.
My God.
It's not much better. I got a 10.
10?
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. You see scrambling over the rock out from behind the shadows and up over the next rock and start making their way up. Well, one of the figures you can't tell who it is, but the other one is the familiar form of Clarity. Charity? Clarity.
Ah. It's the princess, right?
Yeah.
Princess! It's me, Armaeus.
I killed your grandpa. Now I'm here for you.
Do I see if she reacts positively?
Very negative.
Or does she keep running?
She gets moist for you.
You see. They stop just inside the shadows. You can't see where her and the other figure is. My father told me not to talk to anyone. Why have you come here? Why have you come to my sanctuary?
We were hoping we could find somebody. Pip told us about this place. Kind of, I don't know, just hoping we could find some help.
Were you there when these people when the castle came under siege? Did you leave before then?
The castle's under siege.
Not anymore. It's been defeated. Where's your mother?
Oh.
The queen. Where's the queen?
She's dead, isn't she? Oh, okay.
Clarity, I don't know if we can trust these people. Please leave us. We can't hurt you.
Princess, my son was in charge of your protection. He was wed off. He's now gone. I came here hoping to find him.
He's gone. I feel as though I've left completely defenseless.
If you come with us, we can keep you safe.
Yeah.
Why
Why did your father tell you not to trust anyone, not to speak to anyone?
Make a persuasion check.
That's a 1, Bob.
Oh my!
Oh God.
You don't hear another word, but you do hear the sounds of footsteps and twigs and sticks breaking as two people begin making their way up the mountainside.
Dumb bitch.
What two people?
Fuck, Ivan.
I'm gonna find a place to sit down and just
We are going to
I'm going for a swim.
protect
whip out some pocket bacon,
wanna-
eat something, and take a nap.
Okay.
I want to watch the
Wait,
blood
so
off me.
Clarity and them ran off again? Is it what you're saying? You said two people. You didn't.
Yeah, there were
clarify
two.
what-
There were two people.
What was it?
One of them was identified as Clarity. The other one, you didn't.
Well, we ought to find out who. Maybe this is one of those people that got her under a spell. Let's find out more about this. Not time to take a nap or take a swim. Let's go. We gotta solve this. We've been under siege. We're fighting for our lives here, people.
I respect you a great deal, Vestamon. I can barely stand.
Yes, I too.
I need a moment.
If I twist my ankle the wrong way, I'm going to die. I am hurting so bad.
Vestamon, look, if Clarity calms down, she'll come back. This is her sanctuary. And if we stay here, we'll be here when she wakes up.
But if this is her sanctuary and we're in it, she feels violated. That's why she ran off.
We'll do what we always do and sleep in shifts, and we'll get this done.
I
Armaeus,
think the best thing you can do to help us out is tell everybody that we're here at this waterfall and tell them to come here so we can get back together.
No, I think we ought to morph into something and fly us out of here.
where are we going to go? We don't know where the others are.
I'll find out. I'll ask them where they are, and then we'll go to them. Then we'll have them come back here. Then we're all in a sanctuary doing nothing. There's no fig tree to pull any figs to have any lunch, so let's get the hell out of here.
Fine. Whatever, as long as we're with our teammates.
Do you want some bacon?
No.
I'll munch on my pocket
I
bacon.
mean, no.
Gotta argue everything.
So Clarity ran off, and we have no other resource but to rest, right? Because we're worn out. Okay, we'll sit here and wait on her, and I'll try to message our comrades and see where they are.
If you are as concerned as I am about the princess, you've seen her, you've met her, you've spoken with her. Why don't you send her a message?
Well, we were standing right here in front of her and she didn't listen to us.
Maybe
Why am I going to waste my message on her when I cannot find out where our comrades are?
You spent time with them when we were dealing with the Queen Mother. Maybe she'll listen to you.
We got to find out where the Queen is and make sure she's safe. We don't even know what happened to her.
I didn't even know there was a current queen.
I don't think there is.
Yeah,
Yes, there is.
There
Yeah.
was.
I don't recall.
Yeah.
She was gnomish, but like very tall for a gnome.
Yep.
Or I'm sorry, halfling. Yeah.
She's a halfling, yes.
Yeah, they're all short
She
people.
was a very tall halfling, so
She's a lady.
that was why the Queen Mother was upset in the first place. Because of that.
Did never mind. Nothing. It don't matter.
Okay.
Did the person with clarity seem like she was one of her attendants?
There was
Or was it too confusing? And
it was too dark for you to see who was with her.
Did it sound like a female voice?
It did.
Okay. I mean, that's something to go on, at least. And she seemed to
well,
care a
to
great
go
deal.
on what? I have nothing to go on. We had
Vesemon, I'm sorry if I'm getting grumpy. I'm bleeding out and very tired. Armaeus, do you want to sleep first? I'll take first watch.
Yes. I fall asleep.
That's all it takes.
Okay. You guys are gonna go ahead and take a rest here by this lovely, peaceful waterfall in the moonlight.
If we can find a place that's guarded on one side, maybe some rocks.
There are many stands of rocks about.
Okay. I would like to put our backs to one.
Okay.
So we have
there's actually right beside the bottom pool. There had been of the rocks that Clarity and whoever this was with her had dashed out from behind and up the hillside. There's a large pool, and the last waterfall is only like 1.5 feet. The water flowing very gently here. The waterfall quite wide. It's the ground all beside the waterfall, just covered with thick green moss.
Just really quick, does it appear that the water is clean? I mean, to the eye, or is it full of muck and?
Oh no! It's exceptionally clear. It looks it's so clear that it looks cold because it's coming down out of the mountains. It's fed by mountain springs. It looks like.
Gonna fill my water skin and drink my fill,
Cool.
and then I'll take first watch, looking in the direction that they ran off.
Okay. So, like, you eventually, with the badly broken remains of King Tanel, do find yourself able to follow Mystios' directions, and from up high, you're able to see the crystal top of the Temple of Saloon.
Okay.
That did not sound very temple-like.
Temple's been overrun.
Resolved.
That's the other direction. That's on the other side.
What is this
That's on the other.
going to?
The Temple of Saloon. The Temple
Oh
of
yeah, I remember that.
the Temple of Resolve. The Temple of Resolve was the other direction. So
Make sure you
miles
tell-
and miles and miles away.
Make sure you tell Snake Eye that One Eye, whatever her name is, that the Temple of Saloon don't mean it's a drinking hole. Okay.
So you're able to find your way there. The stone pillars on either side of the path. You fly overhead, and there's a clearing. There's a clearing in front of it, surrounded by tall trees. What's left of the moonlight, and it takes you probably about a half an hour of flying time to make your way there. Actually, there's probably an extra 5 minutes involved from dropping and picking up the king. So, yeah, it's a little over half an hour. You're able to make your way to the clearing and come to a landing and sit down the broken, bleeding body.
I would like to set down the king near the entrance and then polymorph back into my human form and run, I guess, to the door and start knocking frantically.
Okay.
We need help!
Doors open.
I got a situation. King Tanel, badly injured, really dead. Could
Definitely
you guys
wasn't dropped.
fix him, please? Could you guys please fix him?
Yo,
How you use like FedEx and run?
Just knock on the door, just dead body. There's no one.
It's just the king.
an elven woman pulling on her cleric's robes. I'm sorry, you said you have...
King Tanel, dead,
Yes, we...
broken. Can you fix him?
My God. And she rushes outside, and you see energy radiate from her hands. Say, I can't just bring him back like this. We'll need to bring the body inside.
Okay, I'll grab the arms, you grab the legs. Oh!
And so lead him in through where the large crystalline dome is, and take him in. He directs you to lay him down in front of the small altar.
Okay.
It's what's your name? I have the necessary knowledge, but we're a very humble temple. We'll need a diamond.
A diamond? I go looking through my stuff.
A large diamond.
I don't have a large... Friends were talking about a large diamond. It's black.
I don't know that matters, but we need a large diamond that's worth at least 1,000 gold.
Oh, it's always about money, is it?
Yeah, of
It's
course.
part of the component. It's a component of the spell of resurrection.
Okay. Alright.
For resurrection, it's...
I'll be right back. I don't have one. Do you know where to get one quicker than me going back to the castle with my friends?
We're a humble temple. I mean, we have some wealthy benefactors, but there are none here at the moment, at this hour of the morning.
Do you have a horse?
I do.
Can I borrow the horse?
Can I ask?
I'll bring it right back.
Probably not.
I have to go get you a diamond.
They always say that.
How do I know that you didn't do this to our king?
Are you serious? Look at that! You think I can do that? He's really fucked up! You think, look at me!
What do you look like?
I look like Star-Lord and with a cross of Robin Hood.
Picture,
Oh yeah, he fucking did it.
picture Robin Hood men in tights.
That's me right there.
That looks like Olgierd von Emmerich.
Whatever.
Anyway.
I don't know that I should trust you with my animal. You bring me the body of a dead royal and then ask for my horse.
Okay. I'm with these guys. Okay, I see your point. I'm like, I'm panicking at this point, and I'm like, alright, I'm with my friends. They're Hammer and Shield Inc. Does that ring any bells? Do you know these guys? They're known all over, apparently.
He's a shut.
She perks up immediately. Yes, they helped Monclouvan shepherd the...
We were under attack at the castle. The castle is now attacked. And they told me to bring the king here immediately so you guys could fix him.
At the mention of the name Hammer and Shield Inc., her body posture, her body language completely changes, and she begins rushing out the back door. She disappears for about...
Yeah.
She's only gone for about 2.5, 3 minutes tops.
Send it to me.
And then she comes bursting back in the front doors. She goes, I have a horse ready for you.
Amazing. All right,
please,
cool.
please make haste.
Oh, Hasty, that's my middle name.
Oh, wait.
What?
What is your name?
Jack Ryder.
Jack Hasty Rider. Pleasure.
Alright, get on this horse and I gallop as fast as I can back to my friends.
You guys have got your horses and you're loaded up. And you've made it about halfway to the temple. That's where you were going, right? You were going to meet him at the temple?
I wanted to.
Okay.
You wanted to find the rest of the party.
I wanted to go back up to the castle. And
Okay, so you are going
I'm with her.
with
Salty
Salty
and I
Eye.
will take one cart and
I'm holding onto her beard as we ride.
ride to the temple.
I mean, you could sit in the back of the car.
It's not safe back there.
She's much more sturdy.
On the while we're running through the city, do I hear anybody? Do I notice any lights on? Do I notice anybody's alive?
Make a perception check.
11.
11. There are lights, and you do see some like firelight, candlelight coming from some of the windows. There are the first signs as it's getting to be about 5 a.m. now. The first signs of like the city beginning to come to life. The first like the smell of breakfast being cooked and rolling out into the streets as you make your way back. You go past. There are a couple of people coming out of the front door of the roost as you could. But there are people in there. It has been very, very quiet in these early morning hours.
Does it seem like anybody has even an idea of what happened at the castle? Like are people waking up and like, the shit was all that noise last night?
Nobody seems to have panicked during it. There does not seem to be an air of panic about it. It seems as if...
Scheiße. Cool. I'm gonna grab our carriage and go up to the go back up to the castle.
Okay, so you make your way back toward the castle. As you approach the two guard towers, the gate now is down that you had exited an hour ago.
Okay. I'm gonna climb the wall and try to find the mechanism.
So, stashing your horse and cart in the alley where previously some of your party members had been bleeding out.
There's Xenophon. That's a little bit of hurt.
And you've scaled this wall a couple times now. You know the ins and outs of it, and you're able to get your hands in between the logs and up and over. And as you're going over the wall, you can hear the sounds of people in the guard tower to your right.
I'm gonna try to stay away from them as much as possible.
Okay.
Are they in my line of sight, or do I just hear them?
You can hear them if you want to look that way.
Yeah, I want to look that way.
Okay.
See what armor they're wearing.
Make a perception check.
That is 12.
12? Yeah. When you see them just they look like they're inspecting the bodies of the ones that you guys had just killed up there, but they are wearing the colors of Ravenswood. They would be some of Tennell's guards.
Ooh. I'm gonna try to go towards them.
Okay.
But
So you're gonna make your way along the top of this outer wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And try to get my way over to them and be like, what the hell happened?
Can you make a stealth check? Are you trying to be stealthy, or you want to get their attention?
Well, I'm about to yell, what the hell happened, so I'm not really trying to go for stealth at this
Okay.
point.
Okay. Sneaking.
What's going on?
Who was that?
They seem to be completely distracted. Anyway, it's like they're like you see one of them, like they've taken the cloak off the one that was at the top of the that was the bowman who had been up there previously, and they're looking at and they're holding it up.
And I'm gonna go up to like, what the hell?
As they both turn very quickly and draw swords.
Hold on. I missed you.
You guys know me.
Aren't you supposed to be in the dungeons?
Yes, the king let us out due to this whatever the hell is going on.
Where is he?
He is up at Temple of Saloon right now.
Why would he leave us and go to the temple?
That's a great question. I don't know.
We,
I don't want to tell him.
we have archers in all of our towers. Tanel told us to told everyone in the castle to remain on the second floor and guard the queen's chambers.
Where is the queen now? Are there still guards protecting her chamber?
They're all still there, but we haven't heard anything in almost an hour and a half. It sounded as if there was a fight outside.
There was more than a fight outside, and I'm gonna start walking towards them, and I'm gonna be like, these guys, there's... Hold on. I'm sorry, I'm gonna back up. Like, there's one there, there's like 4 across here. I'm gonna start pointing to where the other ones are. I'm like, listen, my group and I, we took them down, but there was much more. We could not handle them, so we had to get the king out.
Make a deception check.
Okay. 7. I'm gonna use one of my luck dice and say, fuck that.
Yeah, Han soloing it over here.
Alrighty, that's much better. That's an 18.
18?
Please do not.
Tell us what you know.
The only thing that we know is that the king came down to see us. He said that he heard something going on upstairs. He let us out because of what we did before with him. Everything literally hit the fan. The king got injured. He's not dead. He is on his way to the Temple of Saloon right now. Or he's probably already there. From what we saw, there was just utter madness. There was this gigantic suit of armor in the middle of the courtyard, messing up my entire group. We almost all died. And there were, and like I point towards the guy, and I'm like, there was a bunch of men like him.
The king was injured.
He was, but luckily we have a good cleric.
Shit is getting thicketh. Thicketh.
God, I'm just at this point. I'm sweating out of my asshole right now. Trying to keep my composure.
Last night's dinner.
What's composure?
Not dropping.
Kern! Kern! The back wall has been breached. You hear a call from around behind the side of the castle.
What's that?
It's like,
Drop a smoke pellet, quick!
take 12 men and secure the doors. And so it says, okay, well, we'll dispatch riders to the temple to go see to the king. It looks as if we might have had someone break in through the northeast gate.
Okay. I know that I believe a few of my comrades, I believe they're behind the castle. I don't know where, but if you can find them, please let me know.
Your friends are behind the castle?
Yes,
To
there's...
the northeast?
Something about the waterfall. I don't know which direction they are. It's...
Strom! Tread lightly! Very possibly our intrusive friends. breach the wall.
Okay.
So, would you care to accompany me
Absolutely.
to, or would you care to accompany Strom? I'm riding out to go see the king. Strom will go find your friends.
Absolutely. I'll go with him.
Specific.
I'm going to go out with Strong.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll get your ass off the wall, and he extends a hand. I can help you over so that you can make your way down through the guard tower, through its series of stairs. Okay, so you guys, again, you know that you're getting close. You're probably about 3/4 of the way to the temple saloon. All of a sudden, you see a horse approaching fast through the dark.
I'm gonna move off the trail so he doesn't crash into us.
Okay. No, you're pulling your horse over to the side. And it gets louder and louder. And make your perception check. See, you make one too. You make one too.
Do I make one?
5.
5?
I got a 13.
13?
Hi.
You just see a rider in the dark. But you're able to make out a cart on the side of the road. It's
It's a cart.
That's a cool card.
Nothing else stands out to me.
Wouldn't Salty Eye make a? Because she's there.
I don't know. Are you paying attention? Are you looking at the rider?
I'm looking straight ahead.
Okay. Then,
I'm riding.
oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. You're holding her beard.
Yeah. So she's
Okay.
like right next to her.
And I'm taller, so I can see above.
Okay. So.
That doesn't take much.
Literally, a chair can see above you.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make your perception check too.
I hope it's good.
14.
Oh, that's good. I mean, it's better than
Okay.
13.
So, as you're sitting there, as you're just about to pass him, Salty Eye taps you on the shoulder, and it's like, isn't that the guy we were in jail with?
Isn't the guy got naked in front of?
Jack?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, what'd you do?
Huh? Oh no, this is. My stools are extra wobbly.
I don't know why.
Isn't that Jack?
So you guys are able to meet up.
Hey, Jack.
Huh? Diamond! Large diamond! Need the biggest diamond you have!
What are you doing?
Claire needs the largest diamond you have. That's what she said. In order to bring the king back, large diamond. You guys said you had a large diamond. I need large diamond.
Okay, well, I'll go there with you to give it to her.
Take the horse! And I'll get on the thing.
Actually, I can ride it. You can go with him.
I don't know if the horse can carry both of us.
Are you heavy?
Yes.
She's like 400 pounds.
Why does she get heavier every time somebody says it? She's like 200 pounds. She's like 250 pounds. She's like 300 pounds.
Okay, well, yeah, you take the horse and Jack can ride
All
with
right,
me.
we'll swap. Just meet us there.
Tell him I sent you. She's really suspicious.
Okay.
Okay. So we
I take the
swap.
diamond.
No thanks.
Alright. So we swap places. I'm now on the cart.
And I'm gonna take off towards the temple.
Okay, had a full gallop again.
Yes.
And I will try to rush on the carts as fast as I know carts can go without damaging things.
Okay.
Too bad.
I'm driving the car.
Oh, you're driving?
The drunk was
I thought it took over the reins. My bad.
No, I got the
Not trying to be a side seat driver.
Cool. Make an animal handling check.
10.
10. Good enough. Yes. It's an incredibly bumpy ride. And there's a couple of times when Jack is, if it weren't for his great agility, it's like you would probably have left him in the ruts in the road. It's like as you take off, but it's clear that Xenophon is making much more headway on as a single rider on a horse.
Even though I'm 400 pounds.
Even though this horse can only carry 500 pounds and you're 502.
Oh my god.
If she only did weigh 2 more pounds.
So
Just start losing gear. Just like, fuck the axe.
okay, so
We gotta get there.
again, it takes you, just about another 15-20 minutes to get through the woods. Again, you've been to this temple 2 or 3 times now, so you know the way well.
All by accident.
By accident.
The sun's starting to show some lightning in it where the sun is beginning to rise.
Sunlight.
This has been.
That sounds like a cool power. Why don't you have that, Armaeus?
I do have lightning.
You know,
Sun
sunlight.
lightning. Does that come out of your butt?
I have lightning that makes me evil.
Okay, so you make your way.
I'm gonna knock on the door and then just kind of
The doors are open still from previously.
just run right in. I'm gonna get off the horse and then run in.
Please do that gesture again.
So, coming up, almost at a full gallop, you begin pulling the reins on the horse, and as the horse begins slowing down, you 1 foot in the stirrup off the side of it, and as the horse comes to a stop, you're already at a dead run as you burst into the temple.
Timer.
Where's King Tanel?
Daniel.
And the head of this female half-elf whips around. He's like, "Oh, it's Xenophon. Thank the gods. Thanks, Saloon. Please, did you bring a diamond?"
All I have is this, and I produce and show the scary black diamond.
The scary black diamond. This should be more than sufficient. We'll just need at least 3 more people.
Oh. Were they gonna Frankenstein him?
Are you... Would 2 more people suffice, or do we absolutely need 3?
Haleth is actually, I would imagine, with us.
with you guys.
Right? Because she was right there next to... She's the one that... No.
And or Ember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ember and Lily haven't showed yet.
Okay.
Yeah. I would imagine Haleth is with us, but that's your call.
Where Ember and Lily? Aren't they
So
on
Haleth is with you? Haleth is with you on the cart?
Didn't help. She revived me, right? She stabilized me.
Yes, she did.
So.
No,
I guess she would be with our party.
So she'll be with you.
Okay, so we have 2 more on their way. Jack, who sent me here for you,
Yes.
and then our.
Did he help with the refugees? How did you fall in with him?
We met him afterwards, but he's been an ally to us.
Just like the woo.
Honestly, I don't know how we met.
You would have 3. So, Haleth, Jack, and then me.
You were a friend to the refugees and a friend to Monk Luvan, and you've certainly your party has certainly done well by the church and as far as helping us. So, I mean, I trust your judgment.
He hasn't screwed us over yet, so.
Okay.
We got positive.
How long would it have taken us to get there after her?
It's gonna take like another 10 or 15 minutes before you guys can catch up on the cart. But again, 10 minutes past, she seems to be preparing for a ritual. She's placing herbs and she's got some silks draped over him now. So, again, the rest of you arrive into the temple to find Xenophon and this half-elf, the body of the king laid out.
Peace out.
Have they entered into the temple? The
Yes,
other three?
they're.
Okay.
Hey, bearded woman.
Hello.
What do we need to do?
Do with this, ladies.
I start taking out my drink and unscrewing it.
Maybe let's wait until after we arrive at the cave. Then we can have a celebratory.
Ah, yes. I'll wait.
I'm gonna shoot Jack a really like angry look as I look at the king's destroyed arms and legs.
I send her a message. I was like, alright, don't tell anybody, but I fucking dropped him, okay? Alright? I don't know how it happened.
When did the king's arms turn
All
What do you gotta do?
Let's get this
party.
Let's get this ritual rolling.
I picture that as a real conversation. just looking. It's like,
Seemed very real to me.
Look, man, I fucking dropped it.
No, I mean, I sent her that message, so yeah. And then this one's about to out us. It's okay, it's okay.
I had sweaty claws.
I was nervous.
It was. God. It's okay.
So, it's like if you would, you were all friends, all allies to the king.
He hated me, but I liked him.
You can take the word of Hammer and Shielding. They did everything they can to help the king.
If you would, and she takes each of you by the hand and lend your energies to this.
Ah, it sounds like some hippie shit, but
And
whatever
so-
works, man.
And she says, please, if you would, on your knees here. And she actually directs you to put your hands on the body of the king. So take your places around. And she gets on her knees behind him and begins speaking. Tulhan anakim aksin nikam anin hon altul. Tulhon I'm anin kaksin. Seen askin Tolhanius Tool, and the black diamond begins glowing and getting a bit brighter. Tulhan Oran is Kamkin. Nan Kol Kina Tools got hold, and he takes the diamond and it begins to disintegrate slowly as the energy, you can feel energy sweeping through your bodies and into the king's chest as the crystalline dome above begins to glow radiantly. And the entire room that begins to fill with like a warming sort of light. It's almost like basking in a warm moonlight as the energy begins to swirl and gather around you, and the diamond dissipates, and the light from your hands and from the crystal above you and around you coalesces and drives it through and into his body, and his body. And bones begin knitting, and his eyes open for a moment, and for a split second, flash a brilliant red, almost glowing like magma. He takes a quick breath. His eyes again close, but he begins resuming breathing, and you can feel, all of you with your hands on him, you can feel the heart beating within him again.
I want to ask the Elven Priestess, did that go normal? Was that, I don't know if we've done this before, but was that as to be expected?
It's the first time that I've ever done it myself.
Oh!
I've known of the ritual. I've learned it. I've studied the scrolls for years now, and it seems everything went according to
So this is
the
normal.
written word.
So I have another question.
Saloon has answered our prayers and sent her divine energy. But you have a question?
Was the diamond used to just channel energy? Does it, like, if the diamond was used previously, hypothetically, for benevolent purposes, would it transfer to the king's corpse and now living body?
I love these hypotheticals.
Yeah.
For
Hypothetically.
what sort of benevolent purposes?
Yeah, what sort of benevolent purposes?
Yes.
I mean, where'd you guys get a big black diamond?
We found
That's a
it
question.
on a previously deceased body.
On or in?
You guys are fucked up.
Truth be told, we found it in a body who had been dead for several years, and the diamond was used to, among other gems, to control and report through the body.
Oh.
This is information.
Oof.
I'm looking at the priestess now.
Me too.
Hands still on the body. Slowly taking the hands away.
I'll have to do some research.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on the king, but for
don't-
now, let's just
I
kind of keep this on a look down low.
I don't know.
Is there another priest that knows?
That
I'm,
was very specific.
I am the head priestess here.
Is anyone higher?
Well, I mean, I lead this particular temple, but I do have others that I answer to. Said word immediately.
Just hypothetically.
If you need to, while I go prepare my communications, if you need to rest, please make use of any of the temple's facilities.
Rum?
This is a temple.
I've never been to a temple.
Go check the cart.
I look at you guys, I'm like, you guys party real hard. Seriously.
I just met them.
You can also check the cart.
Me
Get out of here.
too.
We have sacramental wine. Would you care for some wine?
Yeah, I would like that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna need a drink too. We just
She goes back to behind the altar and pulls out a bottle of wine in a very, very small wine glass. With the blessings of Saloon.
I'm going to the cart. There's gotta be a different drink in there. Really? We just put a tainted diamond in the thing?
No, it was hypothetical.
Salty Eye's still like staring at
sure.
this
I know how to play the
smallest
hypothetical
thing
game
ever.
too.
What's wrong with my chair tonight? Oh, it broke. That's what it is.
Oh shit!
My drum throne.
No more drums for you, sir.
Well, that was uncomfortable.
We're gonna have to go back to the music store and get you another one, buddy.
Quick, while the DM's gone. We need to figure out what the fuck we're doing.
I've got it under control.
Salty Eye
I don't know
chugs
what
the
you guys are
sacramental
doing.
wine.
You want that cushion for a little more height?
Okay, it's all right. I'm used to standing. I used to stand the DM all the time. I actually prefer it.
I'd like to look down at the king and just kind of see how he's doing and
Can't you tell?
That's perfect.
see if I can check if there's any evilness flowing through him or anything.
What are you going to use? What are you going to use to check the evility of the king?
We're just gonna shake him back. Are you evil?
Yeah. I guess. Can I just check to see if he's
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah, you're not a
Recovering.
paladin. You don't
Can
just
I?
sense that.
I'm gonna. Salty Eyes. While she's doing that, Salty Eyes is just gonna poke him. Hey, my lord, do you remember anything? Can you hear me?
That's a good question.
Saved you. I mean,
Let the man rest.
There's no response.
She keeps poking. My lord.
Salty Eye, quit it now.
yeah. If he wakes up, he might kill us all. We don't know what the fuck we just did.
Are his eyes still glowing red?
They're closed. They're closed.
Can I like?
Oh my god.
I'm going to like raise his eyelid a little bit.
They are. His pupils are huge. You can't even see the blue color of his eyes because his pupils are so big there. It looks like almost like his whole eyes looks almost black.
I was gonna say, I want whatever the hell he's got.
Can I tell if he's breathing still? like looking at his chest?
Yes, you can see that his chest is moving up and down in a very peaceful rhythm.
All right, I just wanna sit there and just kind of keep watch over him.
Okay.
And while I'm sitting there, I'd also like to pull out my axe, and I would like to ask it if it's satisfied with how we destroyed the Black Diamond. Ask her
Good one.
after not being able to the first time.
So going and taking a place with a salty eye, looking in the eyes of the king, and somewhat confused by what she sees, you take your place on the floor of the temple, and cross your legs and lay the axe across, and begin to commune with it, and project the thoughts as you feel that connection to it, that magical attunement, and you put forth the question if you are if the axe is satisfied with the destruction of the diamond, and the response comes just kind of like eking into the back of your mind. Not destroyed, transformed.
It's probably fine.
What did it say?
Transformed.
Well, if what you say is true, then we'll have another chance yet. Hopefully not soon.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna scoot back from the king a little bit, but I'm gonna be even more watchful.
Okay.
Rummaging around the
Nobody's
cart.
resting.
I'm gonna go rest.
Okay.
Rummaging around the cart, do I find something harder to drink?
Harder to drink in the cart?
Yes.
You find mud. That's hard to drink.
That's a nat one.
Hold on a second. Inventory
Actually,
on the cart.
You never really.
You
have-
found you do find there's about 30 pounds of charcoal and 30 pounds of backwana.
Yeah, we
Awesome.
never had alcohol with us.
All right. I am just gonna go.
There's about 200 feet of rope, some canvas. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah, that all would be hard to drink.
I'm just gonna go find a place to sleep through the night and regain all of my bad health points.
Okay.
My health points back. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Jack Ryder, out!
Salte is already passed out.
On the floor next to the king.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spooning him. I love that you're evil.
Spooning the king. No, I'm not spooning the king.
I, however, am not going to be near the body. I'm going to try to get as far away from it into a room as I can.
Okay, so you're going to try to find... Okay, it's off to the left side of the main temple where you had been with the Crystal Dome, where you just helped perform a resurrection ritual.
Mm-hmm.
To the left side, there is a room that looks... that has several very humble beds.
I will take a humble bed.
Yes, very humble. Like they're basic wooden structures, mattresses that are packed full of straw, not the wool that this kingdom is so well known for.
So tired and exhausted, I don't care.
Okay, cool.
Go pass right the fuck out.
Lord,
Lord, Lord, Lord.
Lord, I think we goofed. But Misty has this other question. To find people.
Okay, so
Well, at least I didn't 100% lie. The king is alive.
Injured!
Yeah.
He was injured. Like,
How
to
did
the
he get
point
like
of
that?
death. Don't worry about it. He's fine.
okay, so
I don't feel so bad about
very the light beginning to streak the sky.
It's morning.
You find yourselves. Your watch, you're about an hour and a half into your watch, an hour and a half. Armaeus sleeping. You're gonna take a quick nap too.
No.
You're gonna stay awake too.
I wasn't.
Okay.
Well, while freaking Frank over there sleeping, I'm gonna morph into a wolf and go find the princess.
Ooh,
I'm gonna pick up her
that's
scent.
the worst.
I'm gonna pick up her scent and go to the woods to find the princess. I want to talk to her.
Okay.
All this stuff about her running away. You know, I mean, I got to talk to this child and tell her, find out why her father told her not to talk to anybody. I want to find out what's going on with her.
Okay, so. So you're going to
One, I want to make sure she's okay.
okay.
That's one thing because I don't know who she's with. I just want to I'm wanting to pick up her scent, find out where she is. I'll circle around. I want to approach her immediately and see first if she's okay.
Okay.
Or if that other person is holding her hostage or what the deal is. I need to know. You know, that's...
It's bad dice.
Okay. So as you begin to take your rest, so you're taking up your first watch, you're taking your rest.
Cool.
Let's see.
Okay.
One second. I need to make sure that I'm doing this right. Okay. So, you guys see Vestamon huffing and puffing and as you had seen him a few times before, strange yellow light overcoming him, and all of a sudden he takes the form of a wolf. And make a perception check with advantage.
Me?
Yes. So with advantage means roll twice. What's your straight roll? What's the number on the top?
20.
20. So being right here in this area and then you're able to catch the scent of the princess and one other quickly, and you're able to pick it up and make your way up the hillside.
We see him leaving, right?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
So the hour that we've been resting, could that be considered a short rest? If I wanted to follow him?
Did you wait? So you did not rest at all.
No,
Okay.
because I want to find out stuff. I didn't want to rest. I want to find out. I mean, we just almost got killed. The king got... We don't know where the rest of our party is. It's like, to me, it's no time to rest. And we all could die any minute. Things could happen.
We literally just suggested an option for you to call the party.
I need answers. I got to find out if the princess is okay, if she's in danger. You know? Because we just went through this with the king, getting killed and coming back and getting killed, and I just want to make sure that the person with the princess isn't holding her hostage. That's all. I mean, I want to, and if I can, I'd like to talk to her. You know, I know she's, you know.
I mean, my Ivan's priority right now is resting.
Okay.
So if I see him skulking off, I'm just assuming he's going to think or do something himself. So I'm just going to let him go.
Okay.
But I'll wait for Arbeus to awake so I can take a rest.
Okay. So, in your wolf form, you're able to easily make your way through, and you find after about 25 minutes of searching through the heavy brush and up and over hills and following, because you're having to follow the trail at half speed.
Here you go.
Is that too short for us?
I was gonna say it was like clipping like the top of like your eyes, basically.
It's okay. I'm not important. It's okay. Don't touch it, because I'm gonna stand back up again.
I was gonna say, don't say you're not important. You're literally the DM.
Yeah, you're literally the most important.
We don't exist without
We
you.
need you.
I mean, my face isn't important. My voice is. Don't mind me.
Could you have gotten a bigger chair?
The biggest chair on the block.
It's a comfy chair.
Continue. Okay. You come to the entrance of the cave. And it smells as if these two smell paths that you've been following, these two scent paths, seem to lead right to the entrance of this cave.
Okay. Now let's. What do you think? Does it look like it's a deep cave when it just peered in the inside of it?
I would make a perception check.
Depends on what corner you picked her up from.
Deepest cave of all.
20.
No, as you peering off into the darkness, you do a quick low growl, and you can hear it echoing through the cave in front of you. It sounds like it's very deep.
Okay.
But right after you growl into the cave, and you hear your own growl echoing back into your very keen wolf ears, you hear a very faint, "Beasts, hurry, 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 hurry."
Yeah, that. Oh, Wednesday.
Okay, I'd like to morph back into myself.
Okay.
And then I'd like to cast invisibility on myself and go into the cave
Okay.
so I can creep along and see how far they are. See how deep in the cave they are.
Okay. Where was that? So, casting invisibility on yourself, you set out into the cave. You make it in, the cave hooks to the right, the interior of it, very moist from the groundwater that seeps through. After about 150 or so feet, it begins descending, and there's a fork where it gets deeper and left, or deeper and right and left, where it seems to go up.
Do I hear any talking? Anyone?
Make a perception check.
13. So I'm trying to see where they might be.
Sound. What appears to be the faint sound of movement down and to the right.
Okay, I'll ease my way down there.
And you find yourself
Sticking to the wall. Even though I'm invisible, I just...
moving quietly along the walls. It takes about another 35, 40 minutes.
40 minutes?
Yes, of moving down and along this cave structure. When you guys have finished a short rest there, that will be a short rest for you guys.
Cool.
It's you.
Yeah.
There's a growing smell, something very unpleasant the further and further you go as you creep along this 30 minutes. It's very faint at first, kind of almost like the smell of something rotting, and then last it kind of hits you full force that as you're making your way in total darkness. It's completely, I mean, there is no moonlight as you're feeling your way along this cave. That
I smell the smell, right?
The definite smell of sewage. It smells
Okay.
It smells like shit.
Then I turn around and I go back out of the cave.
Okay.
I'll go meet up with my companions and inform them what because I don't, in other words, being by myself, I don't want to take some chance of running into something, that I'm gonna have to fight Clarity can take, if she's in there, whoever's with her must be able to take care of her. She can take care of herself.
Bless you!
So I'm gonna go back out and head back toward where I left my companion.
Okay.
Bless you.
Do I run across them in so much time?
Ivan's keeping an eye out, snacking on leftover breakfast meat.
Meat.
Eating his pocket bacon.
Yeah.
Pocket sausage.
Wait.
That's a
Does
different.
that belong to the king? A souvenir, huh? Okay, so I want to go back and find. You're up, right?
I am awake.
Okay. Can I finally make it back to Ivan?
Sure.
And I want to tell him what I just saw, experienced.
As you're making your way down the hillside, the sun getting to be more up now. In the early hours of the morning, it's like it's no longer the dark of night. You see down the hillside, you see there's about a dozen figures moving up the path towards where you had left Ivan and Armaeus.
Okay, well, I'm still invisible, so they can't see me. So, I'm off to see what they're about. Can I hear what they're saying? Can I hear them talking? Are they mumbling, jumbling? Are they doing? Are they headed toward Armaeus and Ivan, or
Yes,
what?
they are.
Do they have butt plugs in?
All right, can I message Ivan and then say, "Hey, be aware. Figures coming your way. Don't know what they're about."
Oh, Vestamon, your message works. Absolutely crazy.
Good to know you pay attention to plans, and I'll shake up and
Yeah.
shake awake Armaeus and
Shake awake.
Shake weights. I mean,
hey,
what?
listen. Vestamon just told me that there's people coming down the path. We need to find a place to hide quickly. And I'll dart into a bush or something.
Okay. Pull out my guns, and I also dart into a bush.
Don't you mean your light givers?
My light sticks.
You're very inefficient flashlights.
God, I'm gonna start. Oh my God.
I'm gonna start doing that.
It'll work. Everything dies in front of them.
Keeping an eye out for what's coming up on the path.
And specifically, I'm trying to find a bush that's thick enough to hide my armor.
Not difficult here. This area. I mean, you recall there were 2 people hiding behind the rocks that you're right next to before.
Correct, but I'm fucking thick.
I'm fucking thick.
Rocks are thicker.
My ass is alerting.
Okay, let's find out who these people are. Are they a friend or foe?
Oh.
If they're close enough, and then
I was just gonna say if I could see them coming up the trail.
Okay, make a perception check.
Cool. Using my dark vision. Not bad. That's 17.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the shapes through the trees. You can see shapes through the trees. Figures moving. Swords drawn.
Doggies. Do I recognize any of them at all?
They look like their shapes seem to be familiar.
What do you mean?
Through the trees.
All right, so
I'm going to throw a rock behind them. Try and
Wait,
make a sound behind them. I'm gonna pick up a rock and I'm gonna throw it, catch their attention behind them.
Rock ball!
Distraction.
Oh, Wednesday, sweetheart.
Okay, miss.
But
No, go ahead. See what this rock does, and I'll ask the question.
there's 2 points of damage to you. No.
Damn it.
No. It is. Actually, make a stealth check.
Oh God.
The one thing he's good at.
No. Let me pull up my sheet here.
I knew you were gonna do that as soon as you saw that.
Why is my stealth so good?
Yeah.
Dexterity.
The bard thing.
Oh, okay.
Nat 20.
Oh.
Nice. Okay. So
Surprisingly.
seeing these figures moving in between trees, they're coming up the same path that you had taken to get to this area.
Yeah.
By the waterfall. You reach down on the ground and pick up a stone and able to just almost silently and whip it up from behind the stone, like over the top, so that nobody can see anything moving.
Yeah.
And it goes in the perfect arc, and you hear it and clatter. And
Excellent.
and you can hear it. Every people, and you hear a stone land behind you.
What the fuck?
All right.
No, it's
Have I gotten close enough to recognize any of these people?
Are you moving?
Yeah, I've
Is that
been
what you do?
following.
Make a stealth check with advantage.
What is that?
As a 16.
16. Let me see what else I can get.
As a 5.
So take the 6.
Hold up. Scroll over on your phone. You got a 19 on stealth.
19.
Yeah.
Make a perception check. What's your passive perception?
Shit, homie, I don't know.
Okay, just make a perception roll then.
Shit, son, I don't know.
10 plus modifier, is that right?
10 plus my whatever modifier?
Perception modifier.
Perception. So that would be 16.
Okay, so maybe we're gonna roll perception.
That is a 15.
15. Okay. Yeah, you're able to get close enough to them that you can see that this is in fact this is the king. This is the king's guard, and Mystios is with them.
And since I'm with them, be like,
And I'm on the message. It's Mystios and the King's Guards.
I'm gonna stand up really fast
Oh
out of the
no.
bush,
Okay.
Wait.
and I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna put guns pointing up in the air. I'm just gonna go, Mystios!
what the fuck? Guys, is everybody here okay?
I mean, I took a nap, but I'm good.
I'm gonna run up to Ivan. I'm going to be like, where's everybody else?
Vestamon's there, probably.
Ivan!
Ivan's right here, next to me. He's in that bush right there.
Guys! And I'm gonna like muster to you guys, like come towards me as I run and grab you guys like this and be like,
do a jump hug.
I told them that the king isn't dead. So
Ow.
Okay.
it's okay. Just just don't say anything about the king being dead.
Okay.
Slap you guys both on the back. Thanks, guys. Good lord, I thought you guys were dead. And sheath my sword.
Motherfucker, I'm sure.
That's not my problem.
Help the king!
I'll stand up.
Okay.
Vestamon, where are you at?
Mystios, where?
I'm still invisible, and I walk up right beside Armaeus, and I say, "We better go to the castle and get your hamster."
I know, I miss him.
Are you still invisible?
Yeah.
What?
I whispered in his ear, I'm not taking any chances to find out.
What do you?
I told them that the king was injured, but on his way to the temple of Saloon. So if they ask, he is alive, because he should be at the temple by now being helped.
Well, that's good. You told them the truth, but where's everyone else?
They are at the temple of Saloon. I came back to find y'all fuckers.
Well, we should meet them then.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
You rub your eye.
There's all. I'm sorry. I'm very tired.
All right. I want to ask Ivan.
There's already a group on their way to see the king. If everything went well, the king should be alive. I don't know. If everything went well.
I just hope they didn't use that black diamond.
I'm just kidding. I didn't actually say
Do
that.
you think we should tell these King's Guard that the princess is up here in the woods, or just leave her be?
That would probably be.
This is her serenity place. You want to just leave her be? Or see, because I still don't know who's with her.
Her name was Clarity, but
She's
I
still
hear
alive.
Serenity is a good name as well.
She's still alive.
Yes, tell them.
Okay, you
You
tell
may-
them.
you
Tell
may-
them.
you
All
may-
right, I'll make myself visible again.
Vestamon! I go up and give you a hug, like, I hope the fuck you heard what I said.
Yes, I heard it all.
All
And I
right.
tell
Good
them-
to hear.
Who's in charge? Which guard is in charge? Who's in charge here?
What was the guard? Ham?
Strom.
Strom. They're like
Ham.
It sounds
Hamstrom.
sounds like pastrami.
Strom.
Okay.
That would be Captain Strong.
That would be me. I'm no captain.
Captain Strong.
Or now.
The princess is in a cave right up the way there. If you know, I don't know.
That's impossible.
What do you mean?
The princess is in the queen's quarters with the queen.
Okay, well then there's an imposter. Someone posing as a princess. Up in the cave. The cave of many smells. Up the hill there. It smells like rotting flesh in the cave.
So
I don't know if you want to check it or if you want to wait and see who comes out. But I'm glad to hear that the princess is safe with our mother. We need to get back and make sure everything else is okay. I don't know who these people are up in that cave. And and after the big fight we had today at the castle, I don't feel like going up there and finding out. I'd rather...
They can... I don't know. I just... Forgive me for being the way I am, but I just want to get back together with everyone else.
Yeah.
If they want to be imposters, they can go be imposters as long as they're not doing it at the castle.
All right, well, that's what I'm saying. We need to meet back up with our friends. And,
We can come back later.
Yeah.
We'll see if they're still here.
How many guards? You said there was like a dozen of them? Perhaps it would be wise to post a couple of men nearby in the woods to watch the cave and see who or what comes out.
Where was this cave?
just follow the trail right up there.
There's no trail.
But just go that way. You'll see it. It's a big cave with a big opening. And once you get close to it, you'll be able to smell it. So, I'm not going back up there. I'm going to meet my friends. Because if you tell me the princess is with our mother, then I know that these people are some kind of, imposters, posers, or whatever you want to call them. And all our friends were injured. I want to make sure everybody's still alive and well.
Vestamon, after all that's happened, do you think the possibility could be that these were the real princess and queen and the people that are in the keep are actually the fake ones?
Well, We'll have to find out after we meet up with our friends.
I agree. We are not going to tackle
Yeah,
this
I
alone.
mean, this is just something that we have to, look.
Strong.
The way things have gone since we got thrown in the dungeon to now, it's all bizarre, everything. And so you're right.
You're right, Festivon. I don't know what's real anymore.
Let's meet up with our group so we're as strong as a group again, and then we can decide what to do from there.
You had a question for me?
Yes. How many of your guards are here? Like, how many guards do we have left?
What's left?
After the siege that happened last night. Have you heard of what happened to Sills? Correct, was the name? Have you guys checked on Sills?
Yes, we found a bloody mess.
Yes. Do you know, was there any other casualties that we are aware of?
No.
Everybody's
As
good.
we've had.
Everybody's accounted for.
Yes, the king told us all to stay on the second floor. He had business to attend to. He told us to watch the queen, to guard the queen's quarters.
Okay.
Where we stayed until we didn't hear from him for an hour and a half.
Okay. Well, we are going to go check on the king, and we're going to go check on the king. I know that you already have some men on their way up there, correct, right now. That is just where the rest of our group is.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's go.
Did we want to leave some men to watch the cave?
I mean, that's up to...
I think it would be wise, Captain.
I'll send 6 men. They'll go check it out. With what happened with Sills last night, I don't think we can be too careful.
Exactly.
All right.
You're a wise man, Captain.
Yeah, Sills ain't coming.
As we make our way.
This cave had a strange smell.
Yes. Rotting flesh.
Wonder if it's the one that connects to our city sewers.
Boy. If it does, your people eating very well.
That's...
I think we have a new place to check now.
Well, I say let's get back with our group. Heal up. You guys have had a rest, so you feel a little better, right?
I just need
He
need
did
to
not
sleep.
rest.
Okay, but you're strong enough to pick your post up now in the hamster,
My
right?
post is back in the courtyard where we.
Yeah, I know.
where we
That's
all-
what I'm saying. We're going back through there
Oh yeah.
to get it and to get, our horses and everything, and head out to the temple.
I have a cart with our horses out front, in front of the gate.
Great. That's wonderful.
You're welcome.
Well, let's go ahead and go then, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna start walking.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so you guys all make your way back down the path.
That's right. Exactly like
Okay.
that, actually.
Skipping.
Very merry.
Captain, I don't know who to give this information to until we retrieve the king. We have delivered evidence to the king and to Sills. We know the people responsible for this.
You know them?
Not personally, no, but we know at least who they are and how to identify some of them.
Okay. That will be very good information to have. Alright. Would you care to tell me while we walk?
I would like to wait until we are in the company of the king.
Very good. So you begin making your way back. You make your way down back down the hill. Strom produces a key very similar to the one that you have.
Oh.
That was given to you to open the doors to the wooden castle walls. Strom gives an order to have this busted hinge looked at and repaired. As he takes you around and leads you back to the front of the castle.
Wait, our mace has to go through to get his noose.
We're going to get it.
Yeah, we're heading through that.
So
I just hope my hamster's still there.
But as we move past that broken door,
I can almost guarantee you.
I want to tell the captain, or the acting captain, I'll tell them, I am responsible to the damage to the door. I would be happy to refund anything that I need to pay for.
Hey, they owe us money for saving their lives.
I'm doing the right thing, Nestamont. Something we could all get used to here lately.
Yeah, you say that, but then you go and...
I want to see a nice spring once we're done with all of this. Take some R&R and just lay low.
You want to see some railroads? Chugga, chugga, chugga.
You guys at the temple, after nodding off for an hour or so, go ahead and take a short rest.
Did we happen to pass by the courtyard on the way?
Yes, of course.
Cool.
Yes, you're able to collect your
Okay,
post.
my hamster and my...
You get your post.
I got my post. There's no hamster there?
Don't worry, he
Flung him
may...
at the metal guy.
I don't know if he's dead, though. I
Don't tell me we find a lifeless hamster. That's actually gonna make me cry.
I flung him, but like he hit it, but like nothing really happened. I don't know what came of him.
He ricocheted off.
I know that, but like he didn't keep flying.
Best case scenario, he's back at the other temple.
As far as I know, he stopped in his tracks.
Why don't you try to call out to him or something? Maybe he's hiding. I told you no, you know what? You're on your own.
Hamster! I start yelling.
Whisker.
I'll never throw you again.
We all know that's a lie.
He's a great tool.
Veritas.
Meritas!
How do we write that down?
I'm yelling.
Make a perception check. Sorry.
It's because I use his name. That's gonna be a 19.
19. You find some bits of fur on the ground near where the metal guy had been standing.
Oh my god.
Is there any guts?
Is he dead?
The world may never know.
Or is he just relaxing?
No, it's just a pile of fur.
Is he
I'm
dead?
just gonna.
I'm just imagining a hamster pancake.
I kneel down before the pile of fur and I place my hand on it and I just say out loud and just go, I think it's just best for you if we just part. Only more harm can come to you if I find you further.
As you put your hand on it and begin speaking, so you feel the fur. You feel something moving under your palm.
Ah!
You see, step back and you realize there's a giant fucking footprint right there from the iron guy,
Oh.
and he's hamster. He looks up at you with this hatred in his eyes. This is the angriest hamster you've ever seen.
Okay, we don't need this. I'm just gonna shoot an arrow at it.
No.
I'm being serious.
No,
It's a
I'll lay on top of him.
We don't need evil hamsters from another domain trying to kill us.
He's not evil!
He saved
He
me.
probably is now.
He's a celestial.
He's just pissed because
Hermes,
we
if
threw
you
him out.
haven't met Mystios, he's known
I
as
don't
the,
agree with
he's
pets.
known as the Pet Slayer.
Ah!
Reginald sends his regards.
Fuck Reginald.
I just look down and I say, Meritus. As I look at him and say his name for the first time directly to him. Look, I will never throw you again. If you don't want to come with me, I understand.
Wait, you'll never throw him again?
Yes.
Make a deception check.
Damn! You know damn well you're gonna huck that hamster again.
Literally, he sees like something move in the wilderness.
That is not deception. I refuse to roll.
Damn, he wants that pet
Okay,
so bad.
make a persuasion check.
Okay, cool.
We should build like an audio command for chat.
7.
7.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sits down. And he's like starts shaking little pebbles off of his back and stuff from where he's been stomped on. Sits down. Looks up at you again. Almost kind of a sullen, pouty face.
Look,
See,
it's all behind the ears, buddy. It's all behind the ears.
Look, Veritas. I understand if you don't want to follow me. I value your life enough to not want to harm you any further. I'm going to walk away now, and if you choose to come with, that is on you, and I will not be upset if you decide to leave.
That's how his last breakup went.
I will understand.
Am I standing behind him by chance? Like, do I see him communing with his hamster?
I'm still looking back at Misty. I was like, fuck you.
I still got
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You can see all this. You can see Armaeus on his giant half-orc form down on one knee as he's pleading with this hamster. He's giving his impassioned speech to this hamster.
I want to take a small piece of my pocket bacon, whatever's left from my snack, and just kind of waft it behind Armaeus.
Okay, so as you're down there, one knee, your hangman's post beside you. Veritas gets up and walks over to your hangman's post, and he kind of flattens himself out, and he crawls up underneath it, and stands up, and he's got your post about an inch off the ground.
He's got my post inch off the ground?
Yeah, he's offering it to you.
Oh, I pick it up. Oh, I don't pick it up all the way. I just like hang it there for a moment, see if he just decides to jump on.
Looks at you and cocks his head to the side. It scrambles up onto the top of the post.
Cool. Team, let's go.
All right.
Okay, so after you guys have rested for about an hour, you can hear the sounds of horses, multiple horses coming up outside of the temple. Kind of wakes you from your short rest that you're taking here, and there's several of the Crown's Guard, King's Guard, come bursting into the front doors of the temple. Tanel, we heard he's here.
Yeah.
So,
Quiet.
Salty,
He's resting here. Just let him. You may see him, but he's still resting.
he's resting.
Nothing went wrong. He's just
He's so headstrong sometimes. He insisted on going without his guard. Why is he resting at the temple and not in his quarters back at the castle?
We convinced him that it would be safer here at the temple, away from the madness that occurred.
I mean, have you seen what happened at the temple? You think that place is safe? You guys
You
did a
mean
poor
the
job.
The castle!
Well, I'm sorry.
Castle.
Castle.
the castle's temple.
Castle.
We found 8 men, archers in our towers that we didn't know, deceased. We found one of our own Sills slaughtered, but as far as anything else,
So,
Well, I mean,
we don't know of any other.
let's all get on the same page.
the 4 archers couldn't have destroyed Sills as it was. There was had to have been.
There was some poison spring and iron thing. I don't even know.
You guys let the Black Rose in, and then all hell breaks loose. Have you guys come to that conclusion yet?
All that matters is the king is sleeping.
Okay. We'll get,
And I didn't
we'll
drop
get
it.
the king. We'll get the king back to the safety of his castle.
Probably not quite yet.
Let him rest more just in case
The
high
cleric has
priestess
to
needs- yeah.
finish her job.
This sounds like the worst. It's just no, he's good.
The priestess has never done the ritual before to heal him. So we just have to make sure, because she has to go consult with the higher ups, make sure he's okay. Completely.
Yeah. The doctor hasn't signed off on letting him out yet.
Are we still en route there?
You're back at the castle already. Were you going to the temple?
Yeah,
I thought that's
we
where they
know
were
what
going.
our
Yeah,
friends,
that's where we were going. Is to
Yeah,
meet up
he got
with
the
everybody.
he got the horse and buggy and everything, and
Okay.
wagon and a couple extra horses. And
No, you're not going to make it there for at least. It's not going to be at least another hour.
Okay,
Yeah.
but we're still gonna head that
They
way.
headed this way way before you guys.
Vestamon,
Unfortunately.
tell them that we never said that the king was dead. He was just injured, and that's why we took him to the Temple of Saloon. So that way we can all be on the same story.
Okay, you want me to...
Wait, you guys are there with us
You
now?
want me to tell
No.
Xenophon?
Yes, that's tell
Okay,
Xenophon.
I want to... Xenophon, tell the king's men we never told them that he was dead. We just told him he was injured. So don't say anything about him being dead.
Okay. Okay. Oh, right.
Wow. Keep that information to yourself, buddy.
That sounds like a good idea. Let's go.
Keep up the good work. Don't tell the truth.
Yeah, please tell Salty.
Okay, you're beautiful.
Wait. I send you a Let me get this straight. We're lying to the Kingsguard now?
Don't tell them
Hey.
the king was
There's
dead.
no reason not to tell them the truth.
No.
Don't tell them the king is dead. Was dead. He was just injured.
I mean, I'm good at lying. I just don't like to do it.
Then don't say anything.
Just look. You want to be part of Hammer Shield Inc. You got to play along.
Can I get some
Somebody
more
clip that.
real
That was
lines?
awesome.
Don't say anything.
That's my next tattoo.
I don't like to lie, but don't say
Are
anything.
we in the wagon on the way to the thing?
Yes, we're on our way.
Okay, I reach in my satchel and I pull out this jug of real nice rum. I open it up and say, too bad old Salty Lips ain't here to enjoy this.
Ha! Joke's on you. You don't have any rum. You have whiskey, fucker.
Yeah, this shit is nasty. Ugh.
The clear whiskey.
Yeah,
too.
I was gonna say that's the clear whiskey too. You don't got that aged stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
she'll
I've been
love-
keeping
well, she'll
I've been
love it.
keeping track of your inventory, buddy.
She'll love it. That's for sure.
It's straight turpentine.
But then I hope she don't take off her clothes and run around the campfire again.
Damn.
I know you lad. You probably bored.
Oh, yeah.
Back to
Does
the
Salty
story.
guy, any of the guards' faces, actually believe us?
They are very concerned right now. Their number one concern is making sure the king is safe, and they have already moved. They've already moved. They've created a litter, and they are transferring the king's body onto the litter to get it onto the cart to get it back to the.
Get the priestess.
You
I
can't do this. No, wait.
distract him. I'm gonna
dude.
search for the
Take off my armor.
the elven priestess, the high elven priestess. I'm gonna quickly
Look what I can do with
run and
these.
fetch her.
You're like, dude,
So-
what did you
she
not
said-
get?
She says distract him, Salty. I just takes off her armor and goes into the doorway. It just... You can't go!
Roll for persuasion to persuade them not to take him. Motherfucking fuck.
Well, let's hope she has great tits.
She's a bigger. Of course she does.
I got a 14 for persuasion. Look, dude, you can't take her. Take him. Take him. Doctor said she can't leave yet. He can't leave yet.
Okay, you roll for perception. You make a performance check.
That's easy. 18.
18. They seem momentarily transfixed by your naked body.
I got a 12.
12, and you're able to you saw where the priestess had gone earlier, and you're able to just like pop the door open.
Hey, we gotta convince the guy to keep the king here now. Let's go. We gotta go. The king's guard is here. We have to get them to not take the king back to the castle, where it is very dangerous. We have you have to tell them as the high priestess that you have to keep an eye on him as he recovers.
Why?
Because the castle's not safe.
Why isn't the castle safe?
Because we were just attacked there. What do you think happened to the king there?
You think you just fell?
Are the guards? Are the guards? But the guards are still alive.
The guards, except for Captain Sills, was slaughtered. We don't know what happened to him. The rest of the guards were off doing something else. They're all fine. They don't know what happened.
It's a weird naked dance.
She's trying really hard.
It's 16.
16. Hops up and begins pulls on her robes and she moves out and sees Salty Eye dancing around naked in the middle of the temple.
In the doorway.
The doorway of the temple. She's like, ew. Bless you, child. Gentlemen, good sirs, what are you trying to do here? What is it you are trying to? We need to get the captain. We need to get the king back to the castle where we can guard him safely. She spends the next 2 or 3 minutes saying that when he's stable, it's very important to let him rest, a complete rest cycle at least, because the amount of healing that she poured into him, he's going to be incredibly weak for a while, and it would be best if he weren't moved, because his condition is still quite fragile. And after a few minutes, the guards began talking among themselves, and they agreed to take up defensive positions here at the temple.
Thank you, High Priestess. I mean, you're dead. What?
He wasn't dead.
Salty Eye bows and says, "Thank you."
On.
I'm working on that, love.
You're incredibly fit.
Thank you.
Shame about the scar on your bum.
Microaggression!
She just goes quiet and walks over to her armor and puts it on.
Oh, good. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Perhaps I could fix that for you. Restoration is really a very simple spell.
For the scar?
Yes.
She takes off her armor again. Do it.
And she reaches over and puts her hands on your ass. Begins to squeeze it gently in your cheek, and your ass cheek begins to warm slightly under her hands. Feels good. And a few beads of sweat drip down the side of your face.
I don't know.
And the skin on your ass is restored back to its. The scar just goes away.
By chance, do you have an enlarging spell?
She takes the priest's hands and shakes it. Thank you very much.
I should wash first. You don't know where these have been.
Oh, I
do. She's actually
okay. I put my armor back on.
I want to resume my position of just keeping out or watching over the king to make sure you watch how he's doing, and then I'm going to turn to Salty Eye and Jack. I'm assuming the rest of the party's on their way. I would really appreciate it if you guys could stand outside and then let me know when they get here, because man, I gotta talk to them.
All right, I was gonna go back to
outside.
I love it.
Yeah.
So you want to be the first person to talk
for the Minnesota accent? It's the best thing ever.
Can you please go get me a bean?
Because I gotta talk to you. I love it.
All right, with a
Alright, fine.
So,
with a super tired Saya,
the priest says, "Well, looks like we have guests this morning. I'll go get us some food." She wanders off and comes back about 20 minutes later with fresh vegetables and some bread, and another couple of bottles of the sacramental wine that she pulled out before us. We need a little something a little stronger than water with breakfast this morning. And
Salty Eye sees it and kind of grabs like a handful of the little wine bottles and steps outside.
wait, little wine bottles? No.
Two big bottles. Okay, she takes two of them.
She thought you said the mini bars.
That's for if that was for okay.
She goes outside and waits for Ivan and them to come.
Okay.
And drinks.
7 o'clock in the morning rolls around and you finally get to the temple, you can hear the horses coming up the path. A couple of times it was a bit of a false alarm as you see there are a couple of carts moving on the path that you can see through the trees that they're moving off towards the silver mines. And then finally one turns and starts coming down towards the temple.
I think they're here.
Is that them? Okay.
Salty Eye's already
so-
downed one bottle.
Okay.
Time's up.
Alright, they're here. You gonna tell them? I want to go back to bed. Are you gonna?
You go rest, and then I'll go outside and wait for everyone to
Okay.
approach.
Who's driving?
Sure.
Okay.
I love how he said, okay.
Sure.
As Mystios pulls up, and well, 3 of them are in the back of the wagon.
All right, I'm gonna approach. Vestamond, I don't know how your sanctuary works, but can people hear us from outside if they're outside and we're in it? Can they hear us talking?
No. If we're inside the sanctuary, nobody can hear us.
Great. I need you to cast that right now. We all need to be in it.
I hear sanctuary, and we all need to be in it. And I start begrudgingly walking back. Oh, this is gonna get real good.
How long was that cart ride, roughly?
About an hour.
Hour?
Enough for your ass to be chapped.
Okay.
All right, so
It takes about an hour to get to the temple from there.
I would have tried to have gotten a little bit of sleep.
Okay.
You what now?
Yeah, trying to. Okay.
ready.
She sees Ivan and goes over to him. Ivan! Hey!
Ow.
Oh, here, you might need the wine, so I give him a bottle.
I'll look at it for a second. Thank you, but it's too early. I'll put it back.
I already
Ivan?
had one whole one.
Ivan rejected alcohol?
Yeah, it's
How
awful
about
good.
you?
It's gotta be
You
before
want
noon
some?
before you drink.
Sure.
Afternoon.
Here's the
I'd
whole
take it.
bottle.
Oh, thank you. I'll take a big swig.
How many 4th level spells do you have?
All right, this is the first one I've used.
Huh?
This is the
That's
first
a
one I've
big
used.
swing.
God, a barbarian.
You've used polymorph twice.
Okay, well, then I'm using this one then. That
You've
way,
used polymorph twice. That's you only have 2 4th level spells, do you?
I have 3.
Okay, 3.
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right.
I'm keeping up with what I'm doing.
All right.
Thank you. Okay.
Anybody want to thank me? I dropped the king.
Maybe not say that.
You did that?
Okay.
Is
now
this
that-
why he is in pieces?
Now that we're all here, I need to.
Together.
Hey, let's listen here. I need to tell you guys what
Yes,
happened.
dear.
Okay, what happened?
When
Right.
Xenophon spoke up, Ivan shoots up to attention and looks at her.
Thank you for your enthusiasm.
Continue.
Okay, so we were able to revive the king. It required a diamond. The only
About
diamond
this
that I
big.
had was the black diamond that we recovered
The one from
from
inside the drow man.
the drow, who was being controlled.
Great.
So it was used and transferred to the king. While the spell was being used, the king's eyes kind of turned bright red and then flashed. Quite normal. And now he's resting. I haven't really seen much movement from him since.
Red's just a color.
Where,
Listen.
where's
Red is just a color.
But, Xenophon,
After the spell was completed, I hypothetically asked the high priestess, if a previously benevolent item was used for this, what would the repercussions be? She wasn't all enthusiastic about it. She was very unsure. Then I spoke to my magical axe and asked, essentially, if the diamond was destroyed. It responded that it wasn't destroyed and it was merely transformed. So we might have a problem with the king here when he wakes up. I don't know how to handle this.
Ivan and
Wait.
I can give him a really aggressive hug when
Where's-
he wakes up.
Where's the king now?
He's currently resting in the temple,
Okay.
the high priestess and these.
Is he approachable? Can I get close to him?
You can touch
Yeah,
him.
Yeah. He's
is
still
he
asleep.
still, is he
Get out of
still
my head.
unconscious?
Wait a
He's
minute.
still
Are we
resting.
still? Now that we're all here, why are we lying again?
That's hammer shield link. That's what we do.
Why are we lying about that?
That's the most accurate thing I've heard you say.
Jack. We don't want the guards to think that the king died in our hands. So we told them, help me out, guys. I had a whole bottle.
I told them I didn't want them to know that he died in our hands.
We don't want them to think that we're responsible for this.
That's exactly what I said.
Basically.
So, with that,
I thought you guys were better than this. I thought I was.
There's
you have a rude awakening.
There's something I can do. Xenophon, you did an awesome job with all of this.
As I sit trembling.
And I'll get up and walk into the temple.
Okay.
Looks like that.
I'm gonna follow him.
Can I see the king and
Xenophon, do you
everything?
think...
Yes, he has 8 guards posted around him.
Okay. I'll get as close as I can, and I'm gonna sit.
As you're walking up, one guard that you have met previously, Breck, relaxes his posture a bit. Ivan, thank God you're here, and he extends his hand.
I'll
Shake your hand. Yeah. Perhaps you can, once the king is rested a little bit, we can get him back to the castle. You can help us make sense of all of this.
Yes,
whatever this is.
We have much to talk about.
I want to find the high priestess.
Could I ask for a bit of silence just for a moment? I'll explain everything in just a minute. I just need to sit for a moment.
Of course, yes. Whatever you need.
I'm gonna get kind of close to the king and kneel.
Okay.
Close my eyes and attune myself to anything fey, fiend, or undead.
Okay.
And I'm feeling for any kind of pulse or any kind of negative signature. This is what I hear in my head. And you wonder why I am the way I am.
What do you have, tinnitus?
I do. I have a dozen.
Oh yeah, I do.
You're shitting me, right?
I got it from work.
What?
Did I just hear you say, what is tinnitus?
No,
Okay.
no. I said, yeah, me too.
Okay.
No.
No, sorry.
You know I fucking
Okay.
know.
I was like, okay. No, you get no sense of any fey, fiend, or undead.
Are we still in our hut, Xenophon?
No, they're all.
I'm not. I'm with Ivan by the king. You guys can be.
I've
I
done.
want to ask.
I've done all I can do right now, so I'm gonna get up and go back to them.
I want to find the high priestess.
I want to ask Xenophon.
I'm gonna follow Ivan back to the sanctuary where I.
Oh shit, you're with me?
I was.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking.
For the 3rd time.
Bang!
Okay.
And Xenophon's like, for God's sake, look down! You almost stepped on me 3 times.
Tall bastard.
Xenophon, I don't
Wait,
pick
is
up.
this? Do we need to be?
No, it's fine. I don't pick up anything strange.
Strange.
Can I ask you a question, Xenophon?
I'll explain later. Where can we sleep?
In the hut.
What, are you asking me as a DM, or are
Just
you?
whoever. Breck.
Breck, but there's quarters in the back if you need to rest. I mean, it looks to be a beautiful day if you want to stretch out under one of the trees. We have a wagon. We brought a cart that's lined with wolves. If you want.
The wool is for the king. I don't deserve that. I'll find a place, and I'm gonna step outside, like the front steps or something, and just curl up and try to go to sleep.
Okay.
I'll go back to my room and go to sleep.
Celestia walks out of the sanctuary and looks at Ivan and walks over to him. Need a massage?
Jesus.
There's a spot on my back under one of the scales. I think Mistio's left some soap in there. It's kind of itchy.
Ew.
She pokes him a little bit on the back where she
Sounds like-
thinks it is.
It sounds like something
it
you need
there?
like a hammer and a chisel for at this point.
He kind of.
So,
I want to ask Xenophon. Okay, I haven't found nothing negative in the king, right? When he.
So he says.
Okay, you with your experience as a cleric and and a healer, do you think because the king is a good king, that helps negate the evil spell and make now it's a good spell inside of him?
I think that not really. We
This
won't
month.
know until he wakes up and
Well,
we can
here's what I'm
interrogate
saying. We killed his mother, we can kill him.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
you know.
And here it is, everybody. Lawful good. Yes.
I mean, he's only been dead 3 times.
Yeah,
So
after
what's one
having-
more death?
No, I
only
would really
been
like to
once.
keep him alive for the sake of the kingdom, where we are still trying to.
Yeah, but if he
Take
turns out to be
base.
evil, then he's no better than the people we just got through fighting.
If we can't, sure. Very, very, very last
And I
resort. I'm sure you
guarantee
guys could handle
I
it.
guarantee you, if you talk to Ivan will agree with me. How good of a king is he if he sold off Ivan's son to make a deal with these bad people?
Never mind, I'm not there.
Anyway,
We'll cross that bridge when we
see.
get
We'll
there.
watch him. We'll watch him very closely. I mean, I'm going to keep my eye on him very closely. I might even have to banish him if he starts acting up.
Come back in like a minute.
Anyway, all right. I've said my piece. I gotta talk to Ivan.
I'm gonna return to the king's side. And just
I'm
watch.
LTI is sitting right next to Ivan and poking his scales while he's sleeping. And
Never mind. I'm not talking to him then. I don't want to be disturbed by,
You're poking his scales
Drunk.
repeatedly.
yeah, I'm like tapping him.
Roll to hit.
Really?
No, not really. But that
found
would
the
be
weak link.
hilarious. In your drunken state, not realize you just like start tapping harder and harder.
Finger goes up his butt.
I was like, no.
It's true, they do have buttholes.
She just likes the texture of the scale, so she's kind of like tapping and like petting him.
That's some kinky ass shit.
You find it very relaxing, especially in your exhausted state.
Yeah. Out.
And as you fall asleep, you begin to dream of another priestess. And
The only
say
one.
the name in your sleep.
Ayame.
Ayame.
Who the fuck is that?
Don't walk back naked. I'll get your clothes.
Ooh, tell me more, Ivan.
God
So
damn it,
full,
yep.
the day passes on.
Yep. Oh.
Some more guards come from the castle. They change guards and they beef up their guard. They beef up their guard to 220 between in and around the temple. And as it progresses on into night, and then you guys all get a chance to, in turns, go ahead and take a full rest, because everybody's able to rest here. Fuck yeah! As you're helping the guards. Thank God. The king, breathing, does not move for full. The night passes a full 24 hours. And then he's still asleep. And then as dawn comes on the next day, everyone, the guards kind of getting groggy as night turns into day again. So you hear from by the altar this, I remember
Oh god.
the dragon. I remember this feeling of falling.
That's one hell of a dream.
Sure is.
Why am I laying on stone?
I put my hand on him. You were dead. I don't know how you remember this. We brought you back
Hopefully
for a
not
third
too-
time.
Hopefully not too loud.
Did we bring him back for a third time?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is third time being brought back to life.
Okay,
I
now I
thought it was the
remember.
4th time.
No, if he
I thought it was the 4th.
if he dies, he will have died for a 4th time. But
Yeah, because
I
he
thought this
died.
was the
Yeah,
fourth time.
no, because he died in the hallway and then he died up top. So
You're being excessively
Yeah,
hard to keep
throat
alive.
He died twice in the dungeons.
Yeah, I thought this was the fourth time
No,
that he was.
He died in the
brought
dungeon
back.
and then
That's
died
the
outside
third.
of the dungeon, where.
Oh well, yeah.
Regardless.
Anyway, he's alive.
Yeah.
Who cares?
You better thank the gods, and the priestess here,
No, he
and
died 2 times.
Xenophon, and the Jack, the guy you don't like who brought you here.
Yeah, I changed it to a dragon and I flew you the whole way.
Nothing else happened in that time.
Nothing. He didn't drop you. I swear to God.
I mean, it's okay. Everybody else is, you don't like
My
me
lord,
anyway.
how are you feeling?
Tired.
I would like to specifically look at his eyes. What do they look like?
Make a perception check.
Cast minor illusion in the pyramid.
Shit. It's 8.
8. His pupils are still quite dilated, not nearly as bad as they were before.
Can I see any of his iris, like the color of his eyes that would be? Are they
Yes,
still
around
red?
the edges you see a brilliant blue.
Are there any temple attendants bringing him anything, medicines or anything?
Not yet.
Are you hungry, my lord?
Strangely, I'm not. Usually when I wake, I'm ravenous. I want to see my wife. I want to see my child. I need my bed.
Quick question, King. Is there any chance that
I feel like killing her.
the princess and your wife could have gotten out of the castle after you told them? Did you tell them to leave the castle and go to the waterfall?
How would you know this?
Because we think we may have ran into them on the way to bringing you here.
I don't remember. Everything is very...
Knowing what the information that
Troy, Kern, can you get me back to the castle, please? And he begins, like, very unsteadily.
knowing
getting up.
knowing the information that Xenophon told us about his eyes turning red and the black diamond and all that stuff, can I see if he genuinely doesn't remember?
Sure, make an insight check.
While he's doing that, I want to find the high priestess.
Okay.
10.
10?
Yeah.
Looks really, really fucking tired. He looks like literally somebody who's just been brought back from the dead.
Ooh, I mean, why?
Just as I suspected, guys.
He was brought back from the dead.
King, before you stand up, we would like to have the high priestess give you a once-over before we leave for the castle. Let Mistios and I go fetch her. We'll be right back.
I have no need for priestesses.
Please, King, you were
I-
gravely injured.
You did about a day ago.
I want to be in my castle. I want to be in my home.
Can I roll for persuasion to keep him put?
Sure.
Motherfucker.
Wow.
That's a nat 1, but that's actually... Where's my glasses?
Persuasion, so you got a
6.
7.
Yeah, so a 7.
Can I roll persuasion to see if I can? I say, Your Highness, you've been gravely injured. You need to heal. You need a little more time to heal.
And I'll do that in my bed.
Why don't you just get the priestess to the castle?
Yes. Please, just let him leave. We don't want to anger him after a night that he's just had.
I'm gonna hand him.
Well,
I'm gonna
hey,
hand him
he
the
just
jug of
being a-
alcohol and say,
he's just
"Here,
being
have a
a-
drink."
It's okay. It's okay. Let him be
Jug
an
of
asshole.
alcohol.
Yeah,
Let the baby go.
The bottle.
you were
of wine.
focusing on that side of the table, but Salty Eye handed Armaeus
The
a
bottle
jug-
of wine?
Yeah, a jug of whatever she was drinking.
Okay. Yeah.
Chunk.
Yeah. There was the sacramental wine for the Temple of Saloon.
Yeah, here, drink Sacramento wine.
He begins spilling out the side of his mouth.
Yeah, chug it.
Wait, this may
Takes
be
the
a
bottle
sign
and
that
throws
he's
it off to
evil.
the side.
What? Because
this may be a sign that he's like a lush like you. You know, we gotta like.
We don't know.
We gotta watch it.
Don't know.
Troy, Kern, come. He takes his guards. He's walking. He puts a hand on Kern's shoulder. They walk out.
Okay, Kern, he's all yours.
Take me to my family.
Adios, motherfucker.
We're going with you, my king.
You guys go at least leave Xenophon and I away.
Go, whatever you like.
You guys go.
Hey,
I messaged Ivan. He's an ungrateful little cuss.
Hey, I'm telling you, he's changed. You can't die 3 times and be the same person.
Using that message, I'm going to respond back to Jack. And I need to get my eyes on his daughter and wife.
So we go look for him. That's my specialty.
No, not the ones in the sewer. The ones that are in the keep.
We don't know. They may just gotten out somehow. There's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Like they're the same people.
Yeah.
You know.
It's either that or and at this point I'm talking about the run. It's either that or we explore the sewers that Vestamon saw those figures run into.
Yep.
As much as we've done for this town of Ravenswood, I don't want to leave it with something bad potentially sleeping underneath it.
I think this town's fucked. We should move on. We've done enough here.
I would normally agree, but we saw what the Black Rose was capable of. We're going to need allies. Powerful, connected allies who can give us help.
Yeah. Let's do it. All right. There we go.
okay, so
Sorry, I just
you
Mystios. I'm gonna stay behind so I can talk to the High Priestess about my question.
So you have the single. You still have the single horse. As everybody gets in the carts and begins, the king and his wool-lined cart and the guards in their cart behind, and several on foot walking beside to begin making their way back to the castle. You guys load up onto your cart, and you begin following suit. The Crown's Guard. Your single horse still outside, and the priestess of the Temple of Saloon standing there with you, watching him go.
Were you able to get in touch with any other priestesses about the hypothetical question I asked?
Okay.
I don't think it's hypothetical at this point.
I haven't received word back yet, but I've been poring over ancient texts. Nowhere is there a mention that I can find of the use of tainted components, save one. That it can take a very long time to recover before one is truly oneself.
Would they become a different person, or are they just weakened until they can...
That, unfortunately, the text did not say.
Based on the moments that we had with the king before he left, he wasn't as pleasant as he used to be towards the saviors of his kingdom, but he's also been dead for probably 6 hours. So, do you think that could be correlated to the tainted ingredient, or just because of what he's been through?
What I'm hoping is that when your body is that badly broken and you have to call the willing spirit back with the help of divine energy, that perhaps it makes you a little cranky. But until I hear for sure, can only assume.
Very convincing.
Is there any way that hypothetically we could get you back to the castle to do checkups on him? Obviously, he is now gone, wanting to see his family. Or would he have to come up here?
No, I'll get Mara to watch the temple. We had all already been invited to the castle at Ravenswood. Just some week ago.
Awesome. Please.
For what? What was the reason for the invitation?
Because there was, allegedly, we had heard that there was an army of people stealing magic users on their way here.
Right, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
In the wake of all the other stuff.
yeah, and they're getting closer by the day.
Okay.
Can you do us? Listen, you have helped us immensely. We cannot be in your debt enough. Too bad. Short one. If you could just do one final thing for us and don't tell anybody that the king was dead on arrival. Just say he was badly hurt, to say the least.
You good with that, Jack?
He's not there.
Yep, I'm gone.
Where'd you go?
You're not there either.
Where'd we go?
We left.
You guys are heading back to the castle.
Did we disappear? Are we in another dimension? Are we in the Twilight Zone?
Does it matter who I don't tell?
I would keep it from the king's family and
The
probably
king.
the guard.
Who did you tell?
Oh, King knows.
You're not there.
Huh?
The high priest at the Temple of Saloon in Suzail.
Okay.
That's with whom I conferred regarding the use of the Black Diamond.
See what lies get you guys?
I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing.
Okay, well,
I'm gonna consider this neutral. This is a chaotic neutral moment.
This is
In
the
the
chaotic
meantime,
good part. We brought him
when
back to
you're-
life in a weird way.
I'm sorry. I'm so very sorry. If you would like to confer amongst yourselves for a moment, I must use the privy.
Confer.
I heard
You're the only ones
something when we were
left there
sleeping.
talking to the priest. The rest of us was gone.
yeah.
How many of us have gone? All of us?
All of you guys are gone.
Except
Except
for
for-
Xenophon and Mystios.
Except for us.
Okay, so why are we doing talking to them?
Except
we
for
should
the
be talking
boys.
amongst ourselves
Right.
about other shit.
That's what is happening
Yeah.
right now, Xenophon.
I didn't say
Yes,
anything.
That's my-
That's who I meant. I'm still tired. I'm sorry. I'm kind of fucked up after last night.
We can always
So,
threaten her.
Who's
She already told
Amaya?
the other priest.
Amaya.
Hey,
However you said it.
don't
Huh?
I think
don't
this
give
one
the DM
we just
ideas
tell her
about the
to go back
princess
to
and
the
queen
castle.
being different.
I'm not getting. No, he's the one feeding us shit, man.
Yeah, he already knows what's
Yeah, but
going
you
on.
Don't give the DM ideas.
He's the one that knows what's going on in
Because
the
you know,
world.
if he hears
He
us
knows
saying
what's
that,
going on.
you know, if he hears us saying that, he's going to use it against us.
Salty, I had a question.
What's up?
He's not trying to use anything
So
against
who's
us.
Amaya? I heard you talking about her in your sleep.
Oh,
See, that's
Oh,
what happens,
Amaya,
man.
he fucked
You
her.
bring your girl to the table, and then all of a sudden she starts getting upset about other girls, man.
Okay, now
Even in
you're-
game. Even in
you're-
game.
everybody here is incorrect on
I'm
these
so
things.
sorry about that. You know what they say, when the royals drink, we all pay the price.
Well, I. Go ahead.
Just not forgetting. Just that's fine. Just when you're at the castle, just be really careful. Just watch your back. Just kind of always be prepared.
It's very hard for me to lie, but we are known for discretion. I mean, we managed to keep all those refugees safe for quite some time.
That was a horrible.
That was a good nat one.
And we deeply appreciate
Where's
everything
my
you've done
chip
for
go?
us.
Are we ready? We really appreciate everything you've
This is Badger just searching through her backpack.
What do I say next? What's my line?
I wish to donate 20 pieces of gold to the church, or to the temple for helping us with the king and all that pizzazz.
Thank you. That's incredibly generous. Blessings of the Moon Maiden to you.
And we will take our leave. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And how will you be leaving?
One of the horses they hopefully left us.
I believe they left one of our horses.
Yeah, we left him the horse.
That was my horse. It was borrowed by Mr. Swifty.
Oh, you mean Mr. Ryder?
Beastie.
Yeah, I forget his middle name.
Yeah, it's something stupid. Don't worry, we can definitely.
We'll make our way back.
We have 2 working legs.
Very good. I'll rest my horse then and feed it and prepare for the journey myself.
Appreciate it. And we will start our stroll.
As a couple! How cute!
I hope Colette is dead.
Damn. I'm glad I don't get as bad as you guys.
Damn, now I have to check on her.
So when we are in the cart on the way back, or the horse in the cart on the way back, I'm assuming it is just us. And you look so content over there. I wish Chad could see this. This is our next.
We've got 2 cards. Who's in what card?
Can I spend that real fast?
I would imagine we're all in the same wagon, correct?
You guys are all in the same wagon.
All of us?
You two are on foot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a big wagon.
No, it's not.
No, you guys took both the wagons.
No, we took everything.
Because there's 2 wagons up
We
there.
have 2 wagons. Why do we all
One was
crowd
for the
into
king.
By
one?
the way, who's in the
Oh,
cart?
you have 2. Okay, you brought 2 wagons with you.
Yeah, because remember,
Okay, then all right, then you guys are in 2 wagons.
So the important thing.
and
Who's
Xenophon and
guys
I
are
are
next to
walking.
each other.
Who's in my cart?
With her hand up the back of your armor, scratching your scales.
God, please.
As long as she gets that fucking soap out.
I wonder if he ever got that soap I left in the scale.
Anybody who's there to listen, I have a pretty big concern. If whatever's in the keep is not the princess and queen, or if we get there and they are gone, we need to tell them what Vestamon saw in the woods. The 2 figures that he tracked back into the cave. Which the guard that we were with, I didn't catch his name, but he mentioned that might be a cave that exits to the sewers. So
But I thought the princess has some kind of power, so she ought to be able to defend herself.
we don't know shit about the princess. Pip would have, but he's gone.
Yeah, good riddance.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
Who's Pip?
He's my son. He's now he's a prince of Cormyr apparently, or he is now. He's en route.
That might be our next move. Going to Cormyr.
I agree. I don't like that he's there, but I'm hoping that the Black Rose doesn't control all of Cormyr.
We need to see what's going on with Pip, actually. Now that he's been brought up.
Somebody with, I don't know, sending could help.
Well, if only we knew someone was sending.
Only we knew somebody with sending.
What? Listen, I'm not worried about Pip right now. They're not going to kill him. They're using him.
But we are. We are worried.
Either way, I'm worried about them fucking spell takers that are only a few days away now. We're going to have to fight them before we ever go to Cormyr. Or
I
else
get
we
the-
just have to leave in the middle of the night and just let them do what they want here.
I get the feeling, and this is just my intuition talking, but I think that the people that we were expecting have already come and gone. I think it was the Black Rose.
Yep. I think it's already happened. If you guys were...
Also, it takes 2 seconds of your time to contact Pip.
Last time I talked to him, he said he was happy and to leave him alone. That's what he told me, basically.
Not
that he was
that
getting
is
married.
not what
That
he
he was
said.
married.
Yeah.
That is
he was
not
a
what he
prince,
said.
You know, and he was like, he was happy.
No, he did not say that.
Yes, he did. You don't know. He was talking to me. I just told you what I wanted you to hear.
And
okay.
And you
Thanks,
told us
man.
the truth, Esteban. You said that he was on the way to Cormier, and that he was already married.
Yes, he's already married. So let the boy have his fun with his new bride.
Will you be a good Swiss Army wizard and please help us out here? Instead of brick walling us?
Okay. Let me contact Pip.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hello. Are you there? Hello, Pip. Are you there, Pip? Can you hear me? It's Vestamon.
Yes, Vestamond, I hear you.
How are you doing, my boy?
Well, I'm okay.
Are they treating you well?
Less so the further we get away from Ravenswood.
Yes. Are you still happy?
Strange things are happening.
You're right. We gotta go get the boy. Strange things are happening. I think his bride is actually a guy in disguise.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
We have to save him.
Tell him we need a landmark. We need a way to find him. Does he know where they are?
Are you still on your way to Cormier, or are you there?
We're still on the road north.
Okay. I will contact you later to find out once you land somewhere. Keep an eye out. Watch for landmarks so we can contact you.
Stop.
You can tell
That's
us. Goodbye. God bless. See you later. Eat your vegetables.
25 words or less each time.
Okay, I'm done.
Each time.
Okay. He said things are different now that he's left. Things are weird.
It's weird.
I mean, you know.
I hate weird things.
He said he was going north, correct?
Yes. How'd you hear that? I was
Assuming
talking
you
to
would have told us, I'm assuming.
Yes, they're going north. They're going to Cormier, which is north. They're still on the road. They're not there yet, so it's hard to like pinpoint a landmark. We just head north. You think that the people that attacked us the other day were that group, is what you're saying?
I'm pretty convinced.
Very much so.
Well, roll for perception to see.
That's his job.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know, because can we see if those are the same people, the magic takers?
What were you using to see that they're the same magic takers?
My sense as a wizard. I'm a fucking wizard. I don't know this stuff. I can use my sense. If I can contact people by thinking them.
Are you a god?
Yeah, just about. I mean, you know, I'm a rock star wizard. Come on.
That is perfect!
I'm a rock star wizard. Come on.
Yeah!
I love the come on. Come on.
That's gonna be his new
You got
hit
some
single.
Southside Steve in him right there.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, like
Perhaps
perception or whatever you call it. Like,
Perhaps we can make our way to the Temple of Solitude to see if they can teleport us somewhere further north.
That would be a good idea.
what now? What?
Perhaps to Cormier, and we could try to intercept them from the road, and we can use the time in the meantime to finish our bomb.
Time in the meantime. Correct.
Whatever you guys
Yeah.
want to do. See, my mission is complete because you guys don't remember. You don't understand when I first met you. I was sent to find the jeweled heart and the gauntlet, which I did, and I was sent by the Black Rose.
Correct.
So, how do you know I'm even a good guy?
I mean, it would make,
Oh my
I mean, your entire history up to this point
I was
makes
hired.
sense.
I was hired by Mr. Tam, who is his family is the Black Rose, to come find Roderick Tam.
Well, that's
I was
smart.
hired by him to come find these items.
Can I get
I
it?
found them, and he said, "Hey," and in all the notes I had, they said they were close at hand. I think we've been being eyeballed the whole time. Somebody's got eye Vecna on us or something.
Can I make
Maybe not Vecna, but some eye has been watching us the whole time.
What would you like to do?
It's probably him.
Can I make an insight check to see if he has been forthright with what he's told us about his original mission?
Yeah, make an insight.
That was
check.
my original mission. It's in my notes and everything.
14.
14. Get a sense that Vestamon may be losing it. He's losing his grip on reality. He's not. He's not sure now because of having lost his memories and the clues to his past. What is even the truth? He's starting to question. If was being manipulated the entire time.
Now he can tell all of that just by. He's not a wizard. How can he tell all that shit?
Because the DM said so.
Because a high perception roll. He asked a very specific thing, what it is he wanted to do, what he was trying to perceive, then he rolled high on perception. But saying, is an army that I've never seen the same as these people that we had an encounter with last night? There's no way for you to know. I mean, without using a magical ability, without doing it, I'm not.
Well, then why don't I fly up the road and see if they're on the way or if they? How can we find out if these?
That's
are the
what
same
you.
people?
That's what you. That's what you should.
That's
what you should do.
Well,
That's what.
Why don't I morph into like some kind of big giant bird and fly north on the road to see if they're still out there?
That's a good idea.
And if they're there, I can fly 100 miles and back, and if I don't see them, because they were only a few days away, then I'll assume that you were right. Those are the same people. If I do see them, then, we might have, put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. Because because whoever tried to kill us just the other day is that powerful. Just think all these wizards.
Mm-hmm. I think you have good ideas, Vestamon, and I think you should do that. That's a smart
And
move.
I'm saying, yes, I question everything from the very start because Roderick Tam was my friend from a childhood. But his family is the Black Rose. Now, I don't know whether he's being manipulated. I was sent on this mission to find the gauntlet and the heart, which we found. And they were both taken by the Black Rose. So that, yes, I question. I'm full of doubt now about whether I was being used. Whether, someone has an eye on us, watching us, whatever it is, because of all the stuff. This good, honest, good king was attacked and killed 2 or 3 times. We don't know if his wife and daughter are real. So yes, I have a lot of questions.
And for right reason, but
And
I
so
think
I
the
don't
best
have
thing.
time.
I think the
So
best
I
thing you
don't.
can
So
do
you're
now-
right. I don't have time to play grab ass and and all and take naps and baths. I want to go find out and do some shit to these people, man.
So-
That's what our mission is. We're Hammer Shield Inc. We're not
I
Beavis
propose
and
3
Butthead.
options.
Let's do this.
Damn, it's a lot quieter on our walk.
Take a real big hit of this. You'll be okay.
Okay.
Make a wisdom save.
I rolled a 5.
5.
Plus,
I don't know how to calculate a wisdom save. I'm sorry.
I don't either. It's like that means I'm a dumbass.
So
Okay,
no,
let's go.
there's a wisdom.
Yeah, it should be. It should be
Should
on
just be his wisdom, his wisdom modifier.
Yeah.
No, go to the first page.
First page.
First
No,
page.
the other way. Yeah.
It should say what his modifier is.
His modifier is a 0.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm a dumbass. I have been my whole life.
Wisdom
I was
and
actually a stable head, and they just made me.
Okay,
wizard
never mind,
to
never
play
mind. I
with
just.
me.
Okay,
Wisdom
okay.
and
Yeah.
intelligence are two different things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what was the wisdom save? What was it for? What was it for? To see if.
So I could know something.
Oh. Let me go back and work in the stable and traveling that horse shit. That's all I'm good for.
So, I propose 3 things. 1, you scout ahead, do your thing, fly above, look for anything, a mass of people coming from the north, or the 3 black carts heading north.
Okay. Yeah. Because either way, if there's, but they've had a day on us.
And you can fly very quickly.
Okay, and if I can see either way, all right, I'll do that.
Now, 2, when we get back to the Castle Ravenswood, we should, at the very least, see if there's anything strange about the princess and the queen. And if we choose to abandon Ravenswood entirely, we move north.
Yeah.
All right, let me ask you a question, Ivan. Do you want me to go ahead and go now to see or do you want me to wait?
I think you should before they get any more headway. Just be careful and keep track of your time. Remember what happened to Armaeus when you turned him into a bird.
Oh yeah.
God, the nightmares. Stop, dude. Don't talk about it again, please.
Okay.
I can't go back to that.
What should I
Don't
pick?
ever do it again.
A big eagle, a
Something
raven,
that can
a
fly
condor,
very-
something
that
fly
can fly
fast.
quickly.
All right, I'm heading north. I'm morphing into a big giant bird and heading north like at
What kind of
rapid
bird?
speed. Huh?
What kind of bird?
The fastest one I can think of. Which would that be?
Is that an African swallow or a European swallow?
No, it's got to be
Blue. No wait.
big.
Yellow.
So every time I flap my wings, I'm going like 10 or 20 feet at a time.
Talking about dragons, what you talking about?
Yeah, dragon's gonna be the
No,
fastest
That'll
thing.
be really obvious.
Okay,
Oh, God, a dragon.
but
What an inconvenience!
Well, you said the fastest. That's probably a dragon wormling or a dragon type thing is probably going to be the fastest you know.
but if these wizard people see me as a dragon, they're gonna know I'm a wizard because there's no dragons in this area.
Okay, then the best middle
And
ground.
they're gonna shoot some kind of shit
I don't
at
know.
me. Dude.
Then the best middle ground will be an eagle.
There you go. Here I go. Bee, bee, bee. Hey, can I have a piece of that meat before I go? A piece of that bacon.
I still have leftover wolf meat. Here, take it.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I'm going.
Okay, because the bird you choose does make a difference because they have different eyesights and different
Yeah.
speeds and different
Yeah, exactly.
so you want an eagle.
Yeah, because if I'm saying if I turn into a dragon, then if those magic people on the road, they're gonna know. They'll be able to perceive that. But birds just flying by, because I can see them from a distance, and I won't get real close to them. If I see their wagons coming this way, or if I see the other ones with Pip, I'll let you know. Okay, I'm doing that, and they're going to go there. So back to you, DM.
Oh. Third thing before he transforms, we meet back at the castle.
Sure.
Yeah.
Castle.
We're like 20 feet. 15 foot away.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Xenophon, take a break.
We're gonna take a picnic break under a tree.
No, you had to poop.
How romantic!
It's not cute.
It doesn't have to be cute. Poop is not cute.
You guys do cute things?
Oh, no, take a stick and you stir it around, make it into a pet.
I would personally like to go back to my little thiefy hidey hole.
I'll follow you.
Okay.
10 hours when we get back there.
Yeah.
See, you guys
Perhaps
are
it's
so cute.
just the tinnitus, but I could have sworn you just said you wanted to go to a pee-pee hidey hole.
My thiefy hidey hole.
Okay,
No,
that makes a lot more sense than what I
Close.
heard.
I want to go to the place where everybody pees on each other. Are those anywhere near here?
That's called trapeze downtown.
No, I know of a man. He's He's a merman that wears a skirt.
Another one of his
And
stories.
he has a kelp in his hair and big red lips, and he drinks a chocolate liquor from a shoe. He frequents clubs with people wheel each other. I think his name was Greg. He was very old.
Old Greg.
He was old.
I thought you were talking about SpongeBob.
I legitimately thought you were talking about
He's on
Aquaman.
SpongeBob.
Well, funny.
All right, so what's going on?
Barnacle Boy.
So Vestamon, you guys have your exchange. Stands up in the back of the wagon, being enveloped in this yellow light, and immediately takes off in his eagle form and flies north. How far you want to fly and how long?
Well, how long can I stay more?
1 hour.
Huh?
1 hour.
Okay, well, I'll fly for 30 minutes and then see what I see. Then I'll stop and rest and morph again and fly another,
Okay.
Since, we rested, I have, we rested, I have my spells, so I can morph 2 or 3 times.
Okay, cool.
And so, because I want to fly as far as I can and back, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
To see, because I can't, I don't want to go 10 feet and
Okay,
stop.
so you take off and begin flying north. A half an hour and get you to the gorge, which you finally see the bridge to the north that Tanel told you that he would destroy if he had to keep people from coming to this land. And you can see the road going north. There's the crossroad that leads to east to the Temple of Resolve and the high mountains. What appears to be normal trade for the day. There's a few farmers' wagons, carts on the roads. One wagon that looks like it belongs to a band of perhaps gypsies, brightly colored. An hour north is no sign of an encroaching army or the 3 or 4 black coaches that you had seen leaving Ravenswood. So that's
You look a big old bird.
1 hour that's gone by, and you feel the polymorph beginning to fade. And by this time, you guys would have made it back to the rest of the way to the temple. To the castle. We'll get there in a second. You stop, take a break for a second, and cast polymorph again, take to the skies again. Traveling north. For about 70 miles, you spot off in the distance, up ahead of you. You see carriages making their way north. They just passed through what looks to be a smaller town. It would be larger than a settlement, smaller than a city. There's probably a dozen buildings about and farmlands around, but you can see them off in the distance. And
do I recognize them as the carriages
make
over
a
at the castle?
perception check.
Are there horsemen with them too?
Make a perception check. Make a perception check. Roll your 20.
14.
14. With your sharp eagle vision, you do happen to see, you can tell that these are in fact the same coaches that you saw coming into and out of the castle. You can very clearly see that they're not moving at great speed, but they are, they're not like they're rushing or running from anything, but they're traveling. They're traveling with purpose.
Okay.
And also with that perception check, you would also notice that about 2 miles to the west, there does appear to be a large mass of people marching.
Do they have wagons with them?
They have, yes, they do.
Do they look like prison wagons?
Yes, they do.
They're headed this way?
They're heading to the crossroads.
Okay, I'm gonna turn around and start flying back to the
Okay.
castle. I'll have to stop and polymorph one more time before I get there.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and that will be duly noted. Okay, you guys have arrived at the castle.
Hey, we're here. Look, the castle.
All right.
The king, as soon as his wagon is up in front of the castle, he is off the back with the help of Kern and Troy, and they are moving him inside. The castle chatelaine. Sir, do I need to fetch you some sort of doctor or woman? What do you? You don't look well. And he's to my bed. Bring me wine. Bring me ale. I need something to brace myself with. As they all move in and up the stairs.
I would like to try to follow the best I can. I'm just trying to get a glimpse of the princess and queen.
Okay. No one moves to stop you. You're able to move up the stairs. Somebody rushes up the large goblet of wine. He's downing it as he reaches the top of the stairs, moves down the large carpeted hallway, takes the goblet and throws it over the side. More wine, more ale. Find Johnson. I'm gonna need some of his whiskey too. Let's see. Moves to the doors, a large set of double doors. He goes, puts his hand on the door, and moves the door open. Clarity, Tandel, where are you?
Are we with still?
And you guys are following about 5 feet behind.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's standing in the doorway, Kern says, "Sir, what do we do about matters of state? What should we tell any of the local landlords? Says, what should we tell citizens?" He says, "Tell them to piss off." And slams the door behind him.
He's angry.
As the door was open and he was walking in, did I see in that room any other figures?
Make a perception check.
15.
15? Yeah. You can see there is someone else in the room. Someone with very long, sort of straw blonde hair, slightly curly. You can see the dress she's wearing is quite fine.
She must have went to Ross.
But
Did she appear?
it's not someone that you have met before.
Okay, so the king slammed the door, correct?
Yes.
Still drinking?
I will open it.
You gonna open the door?
Okay.
Yep.
Back to prison you go.
I'll leave at this point. So, I mean, I'm not like, you know, Van Damme kicking the door in, but I am just gonna push it right back open where it was.
Reach out and grab the handle and swing the door open.
My king, I'm sorry for the interruption. We have one thing to talk about before we leave.
As you walk in, and the words are coming out of your mouth, and you stop in mid-sentence. That's where we're gonna call it a night.
Damn.
Man.
I've got a theory. I think I know who that is. I can't say shit because the stream just ended.
Not really.
Dun, dun, dun.
We got theories all over the place. Motherfucking theories.
You got what?
Theories.
Motherfucking theories.
Theories.
I'd love to hear them.
Oh, you know, because you're gonna be here.
Motherfucking theories.
Motherfucking theory.
Have a good night, everybody. Bye bye.
Have a beautiful time.
Follow the
See you
yellow
next
brick road.
week.
That was a.
Oh yeah.
He's probably not here.
Probably not.
I mean, he hasn't gotten me punched yet, so I appreciate that.
Once again, a couple new audiobooks out right now on Amazon, iTunes, and Audible. You just go to Audible or any one of those three and just look for Zach, Z-A-K, Price, on Twitter at Zach Meow. Thanks everybody for coming out and watching, for sticking around. Very special hello to our friend Winter Fairy. I talk to her all the time, and I still have not yet. You guys have all gotten the pleasure of meeting her, but hopefully I'm trying to work it out where we all go to Renfest at the same time, so I can maybe finally get to meet her.
Okay. Cass wants to show you this.
What's that? Brilliant! Thank you, Cass. That's amazing. That was awesome.
I want that remixed.
I was like, why is my chair so wobbly tonight?
Hey guys, new D&D stream coming up on this coming Tuesday, weekly. Follow Josh's stream.
Hi! I'm doing a stream.
At Commander E. Auschwitz.
Stop!
Commander Auschwitz.
Stop! I messed up the name.
Because he has an intelligence of 4.
He'll be
and can't
DMing and everything.
He can't spell his own name.
I actually have an intelligence of 1, so I would
A plus
appreciate.
Look, I'm trying to buff you here, dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for anybody that tuned in, stuck around. We're here every Sunday, and hopefully you will be too.
Rain or shine, weddings or funerals.